And we have the royal flyby going out the window. Yes. Hello, plane. Git. Perfect timing. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let me just press some buttons. Welcome, welcome to all my lovely patrons and channel members who be watching this stream right live now and everything and all that and everything. Hello, yes, welcome. The moment I started the stream and turned the lights on, I felt instant regret because today was kind of not too hot. It said it was going to get hot and it wasn't. It was cold earlier on, so I thought, yeah, stream this afternoon will be fine. And then I got everything set up, published the stream, turned the lights on, everything outside got really hot and sunny, and now it's sweating times. So it's all gone horribly wrong. But yes, welcome one and all, patrons and channel members, to this exclusive, live only for patrons and channel members live stream. Live streams normally are live. Foxx did simple tonight, I don't know. Yes, hello and welcome. I've decided going forward that for my Partworks, because filming them is an immense pain in the backside sometimes, and I've got so much to do, I'm going to be live streaming Partworks as best I can from now on, just for patrons and channel members, and then everybody else will get to watch them after the live stream's finished. It'll be published to everybody else and they can all watch it. But you get the advantage of having live stream with the live chat that I've got there, and I can interactaminate with you and do the talking, although the iPad's over there at the minute because there's a dirty great car in the way, so I'll probably miss most of the live chat. Anyway, yes, welcome one and all. I hope you're all well. I'll have a quick look and see who's in chat. We have, first of all, Panzer Cat is in chat. Welcome to you. Welcome, Panzer. Edward Leonard, the Squishy King. Some people won't know what that means, but I do, and he does. He is the king of squish, and therefore, squish, 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 squish. There you go. So Edward's in. Paul J. Lewis is in. Welcome, Paul. Welcome to you. We have Wendy Hickson, of course. Big, massive hugs to Wendy Hickson. We all love Wendy. She's awesome. And I think that's everybody in chat so far. Yes. Now, you're probably going to see a lot of the face today and the face and everything because, as you can see, I've got the camera in a funky angle to fit in the behemoth that is the Dodge Charger. So far 1/8 scale, and I've got to tell you, I've received a box today that's even going to make it even bigger. So yes, so we've got 2 boxes of the Dodge Charger to do today, and then we've got 2 boxes of the Iron Mans because I'm doing both these Partworks. These are both Partworks from Fanhome. Available at fanhome.com or fanhome.co.uk. They have very kindly supplied the Partworks for my projects, both the Iron Man and the Dodge Charger, so a big massive shout out to them. I'm not being paid for this. I have marked it as promotion type video, but I'm not being paid for this, but I have been provided these free of charge. All opinions expressed in this video are my own, especially if something goes wrong, and I swear. Yes. So, yes, we shall see how far we go. And I don't know if we might get time to do the Iron Man as well. We'll see how it goes. We'll trundle through as best as we can. Chris is in. Chris at Gross Models. Hello. You are on the big telly, but Gemma has been told not to watch. Why? Why can't Gemma watch? We love Gemma. Why can't Gemma watch? Why, Gemma? Why are you not letting Gemma watch? Why? I'm giving you the finger of shame, Chris. Oh, because she's not a patron. Well, no, Gemma's allowed to watch. Gemma's special. We'll allow Gemma in. She can ride on your patron coattails. There you go. There you go. You have access to it. What you do with the access on that telly is she can look, I won't know if she's looking through her fingers or listening with only one ear. So, hey Gemma, big hugs. I had to think then. If there's no wibbling, disappointment will be had, says Paul to Panzer. Panzer says, will there also be live wibbling? It's a Partwork. I suspect something will go wrong at some point. I had a choice to make. It's like, after doing the X-Wing and having to glue the wings onto the X-Wing, I really didn't ever want to do a Partwork live stream ever again. Ever again. Ever. But you're my patrons, you're my channel members. These things have to be done. Now, if you remember last time we did this, we're going to start with, obviously, the Dodge Charger. This is the Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. Now, if you remember last time, I bust something. I bust the switch for the brake lights. I've fixed it since. I'll tell you that in a minute. But anyway, yes, let's get cracking. Now, before we do get going, I know you guys are all patrons and channel members, so you don't need to listen to this bit. But for anybody watching this later, not live, if you'd like to watch more of these and actually take part in the live stream version where there's live chat, and you get to call me a spoon live to my face, well, not to my face because I can't see you, but live to my eyes, then become a patron or a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/model making guru. Now, I know you guys are patrons and members that are watching it now live, but I have to put this on there for people that watch it later. I don't normally do pimpage you know, during a Patron exclusive or member exclusive thing. But yes, if you want to be able to watch this ad-free, because the patrons that are watching this now, the members, they're not going to get any adverts. You may have noticed that, members and patrons, you didn't get any adverts. It's ad-free. It's not monetised right now. I could do swearing, but then it's going to be monetised when it goes live for everybody else. So, yeah. So, yes, if you want to watch these live, join in the live chat, call me a spoon to my face and not get any adverts. And also help support this channel and keep this channel alive, because I depend on my patrons and members, then go to patreon.com/model making guru and become a patron, or you can press the join button underneath any one of my channel, my videos or live streams. With both of those, you get lots of access to free stuff, exclusive stuff. If you're a member, you get a little icon to put next to your name in the chat. You also get access to the live 24/7 off-air Zoom hangout. It's a Zoom hangout, but it's not live on the internet. It's just live for you to hang out, and you can hang out with all the members and YouTube patrons, members and patrons of my channel and those of Colin over at Festy67's workshop. Paul J. Lewis says, la la la, not listening. Ghost Model says she is watching. She isn't a patron. Yes, I know. She's watching. I thought it was okay as I'm a patron and a channel member. Yeah, we'll let that one go. You can be a patron or member on her behalf. Anyway, you and Gemma come as an item, so there you go. You can't have Chris without Gemma, because Gemma is the brains of the operation, let's just be honest. Right, so let us crack on. So we're going to be doing issues, I've no idea. Issues 55, 56, 57, 58, and then 59, 60, 61 and 62. I've got a small box for these, and I've got an enormous box for the next 4 issues after that, because there's an enormous piece of car in that box. I was debating whether to do this stream today, because I only had 1 box for Dodge and 2 for Iron Man. And then the doorbell went ding dong, and the postman went, "There's a massive box for you." And I went, oh. So, there you go. Hi, Edward Fox, you are a spoon. There you go. That's a perk of being a member and a patron. You can call me a spoon to my eyes, to my face, to my eyes, behind my back, in front of my face. Yes. So, we're going to crack on. Now, you'll notice we have a special setup for live streams, for Partworks. I have, of course, the Floofy Dodo Juice Matte drying towel, which is called the Dry Hard, I think it is. I think it's available in my Amazon store. Links to my Amazon store in the description below. It's the Dodo Juice Dry Hard, but any soft floofy towel or anything like that will do. Just something soft and floofy to put on your workbench. Primarily because, especially with this and the Iron Man, on some of the parts they've got shiny painted metal. Like Iron Man is all glossy shiny painted metal, and this has got the outer body shell of this is going to be shiny black painted. So I don't want to scratch anything unnecessarily. So I always put some floofy floof down. But yes, there are. This towel and some others are available in my Amazon store. I've also got my own screwdriver set, which is again available in the Amazon store. I've got the official screwdrivers that come with it, and you'll see how I switch from one to the other, because sometimes this is good and sometimes it's useful. I've also got all my screws and bits in my little screw tidy, which again is available in the Amazon store. You're seeing a trend here. And I've got my cup of tea, which is not available. Actually, it is available in the Amazon. You can buy a Barry's tea in my Amazon store. So Barry's tea, the best tea in the world, is available in my Amazon store. And there you go. Links in the description below the video. Right, so let's crack on anyway. So let's have a look. We're going to start with one thing we do get with this pack, which is 55 to 58. We do get a freebie. I don't know if I can show it on screen. It's quite big, but we get. And I can show it on screen. We get and backpack. Yeah, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get some Fox chests today. I've got my Zaku, me Haynes Zaku manual cover. Yes, we get. So you're going to see bigliness. So guarantees, of course, I've got the camera here so you can see everything. It absolutely guarantees I'm going to have like endless little tiny fiddly things to work on. So with this you get, and this is probably one of the best extras I've actually ever got from a Partwork, you get and backpack. Yes, it is. There's not really much to explain. It's a backpack. It has zipperage for a side pocket. There you see. Very nice. It has zipperage on the side for the actual main area. Show them your main area. Oh yes. Very nice. And it's just one big pocket inside. La la la, oh. I'd walk 1,000,000 miles for one of your smiles. Never mind, moving on. It's got... I thought it had pocketage in there, but it's not. It's just one big pocket on the inside. And you've got your side pocket there, and that's a rather nice backpack. So there you go. If you've got a kid at school and you're exceptionally cheap, you don't have to buy him a school bag now. You've got a backpack for them, and it says Fast and Furious, and all the kids like Fast and Furious. Of course they do. He'll be the toast of his school, and they won't call him nicknames or anything. Even though you took him to the barbers and he got that really dumb haircut, he'll still be cool because he's got your Fast and Furious bag. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just waffling now. So that's a really nice rucksack. That I quite like that. Grippy bits there. Cool. So you get a free rucksack with that. That'll be my shopping rucksack now. My own rucksack's a bit knackered. And of course, with this being a Partwork, each month you get 4 issues in a big box. I've got 2 months worth, so we've got 4 issues, 55 to 58. So we'll go through and we'll take just a very quick look at each one as we do it, because I don't want to spend 3 hours of a stream just looking at magazines, because that's a bit boring for you guys. So do let me know, by the way, if it all sounds okay and looks okay. Let me know it's all doing all right. So issue 55 in Gefarten. 55 in Gefarten. We have, what have we got? We have Fast and Furious shorts. As well as the feature films of the Fast and Furious franchise, there are 2 shorts that serve to connect and we move on. I don't know anything about the films, as you know. I've not even watched them yet. But if you like the films, I'm sure it'll be fantastic. We have an article on an actual Dodge car each time. We have the Dodge Nitro. Americans really can't design cars, can you? You just can't. Apart from, like, the top-end sports cars and race cars, which you can do quite well, like, the Dodge and stuff like that. Things like this. I mean, don't get me wrong. We designed some absolute chonkers as well, but it's just no. It's not exciting. It doesn't deserve an article in a magazine. It's just a family 5-door, big. Whatever, moving on. And then we have the bits for this. We're going to be doing the dashboarding. In this one, there is some wiring. Oh! Racing seats, the driver's throne. The back bit is always about tuning and racing and things like that. And I don't know why when I'm talking to you guys, I look at my screen over there rather than the microphone, which is there. Because I can't look at the camera because it's there. Well, I can get no, but that's really weird, so... Yeah, it's an article about how they make driver's seats. There you go. Cool. So that's issue 55. So I'm going to get the bits ready and we'll start on that. And it looks like, as I say, we're doing the dashboard and Gefarten with the fascia. Yes, all the dials. Pieces for this stage. Da ass. Oh. I just can't wait to the point where we get to put the face on it, because the best part of a Dodge Charger is the Dodge face, is the Charger face. Right, so we need... what issue are we on? 55. Let me go and get issue 55 pack. That's going to be the one with the dashboard bits. Also with the number 55 on the front. That's 56. 55. There we go. I can see some bits of roll cage in that box. It's quite big. So let us commence. So issue 55. Like I say, you get 4 weeks in each pack. In the old days, Partworks were literally 1 a week, but that's not really a practical thing to do anymore because the world is rubbish now and posting things is expensive. In the old days, when everything was analogue, but nowadays you just get like 4 packs in one each month. What they tend to do as well, I don't know if Fanhome are going to do this, but D'Agostini, who own Fanhome, traditionally what they've done is when a Partwork has completed its first run, so when it's the first published run, you can then have the option of going in and just ordering the whole thing in one go, so you get a lot of massive boxes. I don't know if they'll do that. They might do that with these on Fanhome's website. D'Agostini do it. Don't know if Fanhome will. They might do. It'd be cool if they did. Right, let me just put this box over there. So if you're watching this and it's like 2024 or something, or 2025, this Partwork build is, long since finished, then go onto the Fanhome website. If you fancy this, they might be able to do it all in one go. Right, I'm just organising things. Oh, I remember this part. Switches, yay! Says Gross Models. Yes. Now, I do have an update from you from last time as well, which I shall update you with in a moment. So if you remember last time, before we take these bits out, if you remember last time in Gefarten, hang on, let me just move this. I've got cables and things everywhere. It's a time of national nightmare. If you remember on this last time, to answer your question, I'll show you. It's 2 books holding it up. Why Don't Penguins' Feet Freeze? And Windows 95 for Dummies that's just on the bookshelf from many years ago. I needed, apparently you do get these little supports to go under the car to help to avoid flattening the tyres. But I can't figure out where they go, so I just put it on some books. It does make me concerned, though, that it says, get these so you don't, like, squish the tyres. Well, you can't do that forever, surely. I don't know. Very strange. Anyway, if you remember last time, we installed all the wiring, and we have a right little mess of wiring looms, but I actually broke the switch that did the tail lights. Because the tail lights are supposed to come on, they're supposed to come on, and then when you press the brake pedal, which is there, they're supposed to then go brighter, just like a real thing. It's like the real thing, but petite. And I broke the switch, so I actually got in touch with Fanhome through my PR representative. Got in touch with Fanhome and said, I've bugged it up. Can you send me a replacement, please? Because I'm special. And I didn't know if they would, but they did. They sent me a replacement, and I was able to replace that switch. So if ever you do make any problems, if you have any problems with if you break something, or if you snap something, or if ever there's something missing, or what have you, I love doing that. Then don't hesitate to contact Fanhome. When you sign up for Fanhome, you get an account area where you can go in, look at your account, what magazines you've had and stuff. You can do requests through there. So if anything's ever missing or you've broken something, just give them a shout. It may not happen straight away, but they will get back to you. They are really good at helping you out. So we have several buttons. I've forgotten which is which. We have this one. What's this one? Oh, God, every time it makes me jump. Fox, don't ever press the green one, okay? Just don't. And then we have this one here, which turns on the dash lights by the dashboard lights and these other headlights and things. But you notice it also turns on the brake lights, which you might not notice because this is a very well lit scene. The brake lights are now on. If I turn them off again, where's the switch? Where is the switching Parton? Turn them off. Turn them on. It's like the world's most crappiest Christmas tree. Right, so you've got... And then what I did was I broke the switch, so I couldn't install it properly. It didn't really work. But what I've done is... I've not turned them on. Hang on. There's another switch somewhere. I think. Either that or it's broken again. Oh, no. I've not connected it up. Anyway, okay. I've not connected it up, I don't think. It did work, though. I don't want to plug anything in that I don't need to. But you just have to trust me. They do work now anyway. I think I disconnected something. I can't remember. I think I've got to put a switch. Have I got to put another switch in? Oh no, here we go. That's the green one. That's the white one. I'll turn that off for a second. Did I need to? I think. Excuse me. I can't remember, but I think when we finished last time, we had to disconnect the black switch for the time being. I can't quite remember, but there is a black switch somewhere. It might be under here. Let's have a look. There is a black switch somewhere. Black switch, what's that secret? Oh, you're keeping... Oh, yes, here we go. Yes, if I connect this here to this here, like that to say. Watch me break this now. Guaranteed. It's very warm. If I put that in there. There we go. So when I do the brake lights now, I got panicking and I'm thinking, oh no, I've forgotten something. Oh, put the lights on. But when I do the brake switch now, you should see. It's very subtle to you guys because you're watching under a whole load of studio lights. But it now actually works when I press the brake pedal. I couldn't be happier. And I fully expect to somehow break that. Now that all now works, which is happiness time. I said happiness. So that's all done and done. So yes, if you ever get to a position where you've balked something or you've lost a part, or those lights are still on, go off. Hang on. I just turned you off. Ah! Don't you dare press that green button. Ah! God damn it. I may disconnect that green button, you know. Right, so that's them lights off. So, yeah, if you ever break something or if anything's missing or anything ever goes wrong, don't be afraid to just use the customer service links in your account. Give them a shout. They're really helpful and they'll get you sorted. Like I say, it may not appear straight away. It takes a while for them to send it to you, but they will send out replacements, no problem. They tend to just send you that entire issue again. They don't send you the full thing. It's behind the brake pedal, says Chris. Yes, I forgot I had to take the thing out. There we go. So that's all working now. So big thank you to the guys at Fanhome and my PR representative who arranged for the replacement to come out to me. Swig of the tea. Right. Let's do some actual work. I know it's Fox doing work. I can't believe it. Stranger things have happened. I'm going to disconnect that horn though, because I like the horn sound. I'm not that keen on the engine sound. It's a bit... Yeah. But the thing is, like I said before, it might sound brilliant once you've got all the bodywork over it. Chris at Gross Model says spoon! I can't believe there's actually an emoji for spoon. Now, I will do my best to keep up with chat, but like I say, chat's over there. And of course, it's not easy for me to see over there. So, I will do my bestest. Over there, I need my tweezers. Now, there is one thing I'm glad to see straight away. And that is that the actual fascia, the dials, are already installed onto this clear part. I'm not going to have to faff about with stickers. I had this idea that I'd be like faffing about with stickers to get them on, and then I'd have one not lined up straight. And I can tell you, burpage, RPM, volts, water, oil, they look pretty good. I don't know if I can try and zoom in, but it's going to look like garbage, but I can try and zoom in for you. Hang on. No, it won't let me zoom in. Anyway, you can see they're quite nice and crisp and detailed on the Feast of Stephen. So, crisp and detailed. So, yeah, they look quite good. So, thank you for not having to make me put stickers on there. That's saved me 10 minutes and some swearing. I've double-checked the plastic shapes there to make sure there's nothing left inside. So, let's have a look and see. Right, so what do we need to do? Where's the instructions? Step 1, read the instructions. Join the instrument cluster, and the instrument panel exactly as shown in the... Exactly. But I don't have a natural arrow and dotted line in my hand. I need to get my screws ready, don't I? This is where it goes wrong now, because if I knock this screw box, it screws adrift. Screws ahoy, screws go everywhere. Also, other end, you fool. Right. That's now in the way of chat. Fantastic. So, what have we got? We've got some AP screws. A small number of AP screws, that's fine. I shall get my screwdrivering ready. I like a nice bit of screwing on a Wednesday afternoon. Now I'm doing this today purely because, as we know, Colin's not doing a stream on e-models today. He's doing some stuff, so he will be back next week as normal on the e-models channel with the e-models build that him and Dave are doing. And I think going forward I will do Partworks like this as live streams. I'm going to use scissors for this rather than waste my knife. I will start doing my Partworks like... I can't cut with them with scissors. I won't use scissors because that was rubbish. I'll start doing Partworks like this because the difficulty is, as you know right now, for me, time is at a premium, and finding time to do any kind of filming is a nightmare. And filming takes a long time, so it could take me a whole week just to do these Partworks. But if I do it as live streams, I can get a lot more done quickly, and it's more arrangeable for me, so it's much better. Right, so we have to take... I hope this is all going to be on camera. We take the silvery goodness by the light of the silvery moon. It says exact way, volts, temp and oil pressure. That's not that piece, it's this one. Volts, temp and oil pressure. Volts, water, oil. So that's obviously temp. It's fairly obvious. Also, they don't fit the other way because that one's really big. Done, my entire car is complete. I've now built the car, yes. From the back of the instrument panel 55B, insert the two switches 55E facing the same way as those in the illustration. And the ignition switch. Okay, so we need these three switches. And I'm hoping that these switches won't be as fiddly to install as the one that went into the brake pedal. I don't think you have to fart about. Oh, hang on. Now each one of these has a little like raised bit, but I don't know whether that's supposed to go on the top or the bottom because it shows you the switch from the back. That's not really helpful, Clarice. You don't see the dashboard. I don't think it maybe matters. Well, each switch has got like a little nub. Oh, hang on. That one's different. That one's different. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, I see. Funex. Ignition switch. Right, so those two go in there. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Und then the ignition switch, ja, das ist richtig. It doesn't show where that bit needs to be, but it's not into a square recess, so it looks like it can freely rotate anyway, so I don't think it actually matters. So there you go, that's that bit there. Now, disconnect the connector on the wiring and switch for the lights, 46C, and the connector on the wiring, oh, what? Right, let's take this big kajigger off here, so we're not moving that around. We'll put that over there. So disconnect the switch for 40. I'll turn this off as well. Let me just make sure it's turned off. No, that's on. That's off. Right. Disconnect the switch for the lights, 46C. So that is this one here. Being super careful, because obviously breaking stuff now will be exceptionally sad. That's the white cable for the lights, and the green cable for the horn. I've disconnected the battery. We're safe. We're safe. There we go. Pull that one out. Yeah, do let me know if it looks and sounds okay. I'm trying my higher bitrate stream, so if you've got the option to, you can watch this in amazing 1440p's, which, seeing as my camera's 1080p, it just looks a little nicer, I suppose. So we're taking the switches off. Insert the switch for the sound wiring 46B into the rectangular housing closest to the end of the instrument panel. Wait, what? So, insert the switch for the sound, the evil green, green's always the worst colour, into the end of the instrument panel 55B. Now again, if you notice, their diagrams don't take into account anything to do with the little metal pins. But we'll have to assume, for the moment, that that is not a problem. Oh God, we've got to bend these. Oh God. Oh God. Right, so that goes in there. Does it have a specific way? Do they care? It's got to bend up, so yeah, the wire seems to be at the bottom. So it's got to bend up, but then the metal pins will be in the way. I think I can possibly cut those little metal pins off. I think I can be careless and cut those pins off. Or I could do it that way. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut those two little metal, because I don't think I need them for anything. Chris can confirm this. The logos look very sharp, thank you very much. Wait, there's humans here? Rabbit is in. Hello, other humans. Nothing suspicious going on here. Welcome, Retro Rabbit. Thank you for your continued support. Right, Chris, when you put these switches in, did you put them with the metal bits at the top or the metal bits at the bottom? And did you snip the metal bits off? I don't think it really matters, because when these wires are in, this goes on the back like that. It's a reflecting block, I suspect, and there's a bit that fell out, so that goes on there, so it doesn't. I'm gonna have to snip them off, aren't I, because that needs to fit flush. So I will need to snap those metal bits off. I think that would be the right thing to do, or put them on the bottom. But I don't know if they'll foul this bit. Let's find out. Yes, they'll totally get in the way. Let's snap them off. I just bent the pins out of the way. Okay, there you go then. Bend the pins out of the way. So I'll put that there. Boom. So if I just, so that needs to bend up. I'll do this on the sound one first, because if the sound does break, I'm not that fussed. Okay, right, so bend the metal pins there out of the way. You can bend them. But can I bend them? How much space am I going to have if I put that there? Decisions. Not a lot of space at all. That's what we'll do then. We'll do it. We'll bend them. I'm just going to snip them off. I don't think they need to be on there. I don't need them for anything. They can be removed without any damagings, I think. I can at least make them smaller anyway. There you go. They don't connect to anything. Right, so that can go there. Bending up. If I do the switch, if I do the wire at the top, it's less bending, I think. There we go. I'll do the same on the other one. I mean, if I'm snipping them off, it's just making them shorter. I'm not actually removing any part of the circuit, so... Unfortunately, the diagrams in the magazine don't assume that those switches don't even exist. So, yes. That went seamlessly, almost. Seamlessly. So that can go there. This bit needs to go back inside there, the ignition. Carefully bend the two wires. Join the panel for the instrument. And the instrument panel B is an interlocking element. I like a nice interlocking element. Gentlemen, interlock your elements. Perfectuality. Oh no, that fell out again. You get back in there. I think that bit's going to just keep falling out, isn't it, until the end of time. And then screw them together with 2 AP screws. Apologies if all you're seeing is the back of my head. I've heard there may be a problem shorting the metal paint, but I haven't had that trouble yet. Well, I've snipped them off anyway now. And to be honest, it's not even really metal paint. It's just... I don't know what it is. It's plastic with them. I suppose it's metal paint. Anyway, I've snipped them off now. So there you go. It's like I've said before, that at the end of the day, if worst comes to worst, and all the electrics fail miserably, it's not the end of the world for me. It's like I've said before, once you actually... Where do these screw together? That one. When you actually build these things, anything with electrics, whether it's a model or a partwork, in reality what happens is you put all the lighting and stuff in, you build it, you go, ooh, looks fantastic. You take some nice photographs, you put it on the shelf, and then it's never turned on ever again. Oops, ping. Like the Eagle Transporter I sent to e-models, I fully expect it never to have the lights turned on ever, because you have to take the cockpit module apart anyway, which doesn't help. Right, so that's on there. Not exactly the best fit in the world. Could do with another screw at this end, really. Okay. I managed to not destroy that at all. Align the holes on the dashboard, 55A, with the small screw posts at the instrument panel, AP screws. So I need this like this, you'll see, with this switch that wants to fall out constantly. Ooh, I know what I will do. I'll get these little bits of metal that don't want to be picked up. Because what I'll do is I'll forget these are the bits of metal I snipped off. If I don't throw these in the bin now, then what's going to happen is they'll be in this mat, this towel, and then I'll pick the towel up when I've finished, and they'll fall on the floor, and then they'll impale themselves into my entire foot when I walk across them barefoot one day. And I can't find one of them. I may have to unleash the magnet. Hang on. I think I've got a magnet in here. I'm pretty sure I do. Do I have the magnet? Yeah, that's a richtig. A non-magnetic magnet. Fantastic. Where are you? Little piece of metal that will stab me in the foot and cause much pain and illness and probably infection and death. You are nowhere to be found. I will never find you, and I will die of infection. Awesome. Okay, well, that's the end of that then. I literally will impale myself on that one day and just die. Never mind. I'm sure we'll survive. Actually, I do have some magnets. Can I get to magnets? Sharps boxes, cups, magnet. They're down there. I better do it now, because if I don't do it now, I'm just going to forget, and then I'll forget, and then I'll die. I really will die. Let's do it the easy way, shall we? That's pretty good magnets. Come on, little piece. I hope it's magnetic. If it's not, it's a waste of time doing this, but there you go. Nope, not a sausage. Clearly not magnetic, or it's vaporized into space. I don't know. Never mind. I'll probably just die of infection, but you know, hey, I make these mistakes so you don't have to. Foxx and Electrics, what could possibly go wrong, hopefully? Oi! I saw that. Cheeky cowbag. As an electronics engineer, I wholeheartedly endorse the Spritz and Sparkens. Yes. If it comes to Wurst. It says, hey, Frankie. Frankie goes, Toby Wood is in. Welcome, Frankie. Don't forget, now Frankie's coming, it's reminding me, don't forget, of course, folks, bench and belly. What's on your bench? What are you working on right now? And what's in your belly? What have you had for your dinner? Or what are you going to have for your dinner? Now, obviously, Frankie's going to have some bizarre East European meat product of some sort that we've never even heard of, which is brilliant because we love that. Right, so this needs to go, how now, what, where? Like a... If I look at the picture, it'll tell you, Fox. That goes... what? How did... that goes what? Oh, like that, you say? Oh, I see. Right. It goes like something. That goes in there. Ah, I understand now. I'm understanding with my brain. Brain understanding at maximum. Yeah, so bench and belly, folks. What are you having for your dinner? Possibly. I've got to screw through the what? That just seems a bit weird. What's on your bench? And what have you had for your dinner, or what are you having? I've got to screw behind a wire. That seems a little dubiousness. A little bit of dubiosity, I think, there. Let's just see if we can get the screw behind there without destroying the wire completely. Probably not. But hey, it's the sound, so we don't really mind that much. Can I screw through there? That can't work. Possibly work. Bend that wire again, aren't I? Sorry for the back of the headshot. I've now got to bend the sound wire. Who puts a screw behind a wire that you've just put in place? Chump designed that. Honestly. What is this? British Rail? So those buttons seem to ping quite nicely. Yes. I'm really regretting streaming in 1440p because it's extra work for my PC, so it works faster and harder and hotter. Faster, harder, harder. And that seems to be at a funny angle. Is that right? Is it supposed to have this curve there, Chris? I suppose it is, because it's a curved dashboard. Oh, yes, it is, yes. There we go. So, yeah, it means my computer runs a bit faster, more powerfully, and therefore is a bit warmer, and therefore it's putting out even more heat, which is brilliant. So, yeah, I made a terrible mistake there by choosing the warm option for streaming. But like I say, I make these sacrifices for you. So we've got one AP screw left. I shall put that in the collection of AP screws. So there we go. We have the dashboard, and with some switches that don't... There we go. That's a bit... Yeah, it's a bit loose there, though. It's not really locking into place, that one. That's a bit weird. The sound one... Oh, no, it's the sound one. I'll never be able to use the sound. Is very loose. That one's nice. The lights. And the ignition doesn't do anything. Just held in place, which is quite cool. I assume the ignition... I hope the ignition doesn't do anything, because it's not actually locked in anywhere. It's just a really randomly shaped button. Okay, so that's that bit done. Okay, I've done that bit in M Magazine. What's next? You have now completed the dashboard and instrument panel of your Dodge Charger model. Woo! This concludes issue 55. Chris says, just put your foot on the bench, then you'll find it. Yes. The worst thing I've ever had stab a teeth... That was Chris, by the way. The worst thing I've ever had stab a teeth in my foot was a discarded cat whisker, razor sharp tip and barbed, yet powerful, yet pet ownership. Yes. Ow, really? I didn't think a cat whisker could pierce a human foot, but clearly it can. That seems unpleasant. I need to find somewhere to put these magazines now. Hang on. Too many things. Right, that can go there, that can go there. Pizza for dinner, bench will be the Lego Ecto one, probably before you finish the stream, says Chris at Gross Models. Cool. I'm not crossing over with you, am I? I didn't realise you were streaming one. My apologies. Rabbit says, I just woke up at the crack of noon EST, so Bella, chocolate pecan biscuit, half a can of Coke Zero, bench, still Steel Legion infantry dudes. Paul Lewis says, belly, hot pot pie, ooh, peas, mushroom gravy and chips, bench, Warhammer Archaeopter, body painted and decaled, re-webbing the wings, later, beverage, water again. Really bad trend. I've got water. I've got my cup of tea, but I need to just adjust my seating area. I've got my cup of tea, but it's really a bit too warm, and I've got water as an emergency. So, right, let's do the next issue, which is issue 56. 56. Clash of the Titans. That looks a bit... I don't understand what's happening in that picture. It seems to make no sense to me at all. Oh. Nice car. Led by the Dodge Charger, Fast and Furious 5 introduced an extraordinary selection of vehicles from the big American classics to the well-known European... It says well-known European brands. Spelling. 2006 Dodge Charger. See, that... trouser tent. This, it's alright. It's not trouser tent, is it? The modern ones are a bit more kick-ass than that, but... I mean, look at the back of that. It's like a Mondeo. The back of this. Look at the back of that compared to the back of that. That just says, I've got a Vauxhall Zafira or something, I don't know. Assembling the dashboard part 2. Right. Oh yes, what else have we got at the back? After we do the dashboard assembly, attractive interior designs. There you go. Yes, we've got nice bit of lame on the inside with some leather trim. Very nice. Some white thread piping its way through this calf skin leather. All shades of brown. Delightful. Ooh, that's not a good interior. No. Also, I'm not going to read this article because how to clean the upholstery, I spent 2 years doing interiors when I was detailing, and I hate interiors now with a vengeance. Unfortunately on my car, because it's a rat rod, the only bit I can clean is the interior, which is kind of frustrating. I can't wash the outside because that ruins it. Well, apart from the guy I was working with accidentally half-glossed lacquered it rather than matte lacquer it because he's a dingus. Right, where are we? Issue 56. Issue 56. There we go. Right, let's get this one open and see what... I'm going to put the lid on my screws. See what goodies we have within. Belly yet to be determined to bench a set of individual working track links, says Panzercat. Woo! You have my deepest sympathies. Not a problem, I'm on at 7. People can double stream if they like. I do apologise, Chris. I had no idea. I didn't realise you're on at 7, so... But I'm sure people will get bored of me anyway. There's not a lot of people watching this, so it's not the end of the world. Frankie says, an empty bench, potato salad for lunch, and sandwiches, tuna and barbecue sauce for dinner. Ooh, beverage is spetsy. What's spetsy? Radrate says, I live my life 1/8 of a quarter of a mile at a time. BS a-hole. No one likes the tuna here. Roads closed, pizza boy. Find another way. I'm done for now. What? Show me on the door where the getting up touched you. Ooh, miniature Alcantara leather. Oh God, don't even mention Alcantara. Ugh. God, awful. Hi, can you clean my interior? Yeah, what have you got? It's all Alcantara. That'll be 4 times the price. The only good thing that was ever made from Alcantara was the 10th Doctor's great coat, which was made from Alcantara. Right, let's have a look. We have some bits. Bits. More bits. Right. 56.1. Stardate. 56.1. Get the section of the dashboard you assembled during the last session and align the holes in the 4 tabs on the upper panel 56A with the corresponding screw posts on the dashboard in 55A. Right, so... looking at the diagram and then ignoring it completely because that's how we roll. Because I really am an idiot. I look at the diagram and I think, right, I know that now, and then I completely forget, but I never look again. So we need this there and this there. So this needs to go... when I did my 11 plus, you know, my exams and stuff, I was given lots of high points in spatial recognition and three-dimensional thinking, but when it comes to doing a model kit, I'm useless. I lost all them skills. So that goes like that. This goes like this, perhaps? Yes! Huge success! Vast success. Oh, I need some screws, don't I? No. Attach... Wait, what? What, no screws? Oh, yeah. KP screws. Ooh, KP crisps. Who remembers KP crisps? AP screws. KP screws. Who remembers KP crisps before they became golden number? Ooh, KP crisps. Oh. I need 4 KPs. You can't remember the Spetsy, the psychedelic looking can, the Coke and Fanta mix with awesome burpage effects. Did you send me one? Did somebody send me one? I don't think I've ever... I don't remember it. Did you? Did somebody... Did you send me one or did somebody else? It's all a blur. I don't remember what I did yesterday. If I drank it though, it was probably awesome. Psychedelic looking can, the Coke and Fanta mix. I vaguely remember having one actually. I think. I'm just confused now. Everything's a blur. My entire life's a blur. Right, let's get these screws in. Let's get to the screwing. Let me show you my large tool. Nope. Get in the hole. I'm here to fix your domestic appliance. Let me show you my large tool. Yes, it's an old joke, but it's always a good one. I'm only putting the screws in a little bit, just very loosely, because I'm going to balance it out across the whole piece. Whole piece. Spezzi. Sounds Italian. I do apologise if you've sent me some in the past and I've completely blanked it out, forgotten it, because it's just so much has happened in the last 2 years. I don't even know what day it is today. That's why I didn't even notice Chris had a live stream schedule, because I'm a dingus. I suck. I might be done by then though, you never know. Oops. Tightening my screws. Screw tightly, always the way. Catcher number 4, please. So that goes on there. That pushes that in a bit better, hopefully. That does push that in a bit better there, actually, which means... that's much better now. That breaks the horn switch. Yes, because it was loose there and it was flippity-flappity, but now we've had this bit on the end pushing it in. It's all goodly. Goodly times. Dashboardings. That's looking a lot better, isn't it? Oh, yes. Right, what's next? I've done that bit. Insert the pin on the tachometer face 56C into the corresponding hole in the housing 56B. The pieces must face the same way as the illustration. Right, so we've got the tachometer here, the tachometer, with lots of paint chipped off it already. Fantastic. Oh, that's actually quite badly chipped. Oh dear. Well, we'll have to do some repair work on that at some point. There's a silver piece here, but where they've cut it off a sprue, it's got like a really nasty little nub cut on it, so it's not shiny. But we can fix that later. We can touch that up with some paint later on, not a problem. Right, so insert the pin on the tachometer. Pieces must face the same way as those in the illustration. So it needs to say RPM on the right hand side. So it's like that. Please be straight, please be straight, please be straight. That seems about right. If it's not exactly right, then, it actually rotates a little bit. Yay! Panic over. Almost. There we go. Rippums. My meter. Yeah, you won't really see on camera, but the silver trim around there, it's all tarnished where they've cut it off a sprue of some sort. And there are some, either the black paint's chipped away on silver, or I think it's like silver plastic with black paint on it. The paint's chipped away, but that can easily be touched up. I'm not going to do it now, obviously, but, you know, hey. Oh, actually, Well, let's get it on. Let's get it on. Might be able to touch it up now. Let's have a look. Insert the post on the tachometer housing into the hole in the middle of the dashboard. Secure from the back using an AP screw. Okay, so that goes on there. All right, AP screw. AP screws made to make your life firmer or something. AP screw. AP screw. This is going to be a twiddly one, this one, isn't it? Because I've got to hold 3 different things at once now. So that needs to go on there, and then needs to be screwed in from the back. So let's... Oh, that wasn't so bad. Oops. Now, here's an important question. Who's watched the reveal of Starfield gameplay? I have to say I was most impressed. I mean, yes, it's Bethesda, so you have a certain degree of to it. But I was most impressed. And I am certainly looking forward bigly to Starfield now. I'm sure they'll get the frame rate sorted out. I seem to read somewhere that they were targeting 4K 30 on consoles. It's like, can't you target 4K 60? Yeah. So what I'm hoping they do, because if you notice, if you watched it, the frame rate was a bit choppy in the thing, but that could just be because it was streamed, it wasn't actual, live. So, so hopefully what they'll do is in the game they'll give you maybe 4K 30, but give you an option of say 1440p 60 when you play it. That'd be nice. Yes, I did, says Frankie. My apologies, Frankie. I'll have to go back and watch me mystery package times. I have very little memory for most things. Does anyone else remember orbs, the drink from the 90s with floaty things in it, or orbits? I don't think we had them over here. Starfield looks good. I hope they comes on PC as I haven't at Xbox. Yes, it'll be Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S and X, and PC only. The only 3 platforms, and you can do it on cloud if you've got a cloud enabled device. Rabbit says, I'm interested in Starfield, but I've not watched any of the new promo material. Give it a go, dude. You get to see all little hints of gameplay. Right, I'm going to tidy that up. I'm going to tidy it with a very special method. I'm going to use a Uniposca paint pen. Yes. Uniposca paint pen. It's acrylic paint. It's not like a Gundam marker, which is horrible in enamel. This is actually acrylic paint. And what I'm going to do... There's a few chips on it, so what I'm going to do is run it around the edge of where the chips are. I know you probably can't see this. I'm going to run it around the edge, because it's a firm tipped marker. If I run it around the edge, it'll have a nice, crisp, straight line. So although the black paint of the marker won't match exactly the black paint on the part, it'll just look like a component of the thing and not like somebody's just got a marker to it. It's not like using a Sharpie pen. Don't use Sharpies on things like this because they look terrible. Sharpies go blue with age. This is proper acrylic paint and it's really opaque. There you go. Fixed. No one will ever know. And when it's dried, it looks exactly the same, pretty much, as the paint on the parts. There you go. I do strongly recommend you have Uniposca paint pens around, all different colours. No problem, it's long ago, says Frankie. Big hugs, Frankie, thank you. You have to send me some more. Joking. Yes, Rabbit, you should watch the thing. You get to see walking around, you get to see shooting dudes, you get to see flying your ship, you get to see customising and building your ship. Oh! You get to see making a base. Oh! And I won't tell you what happens at the end, but he reveals a fact that blew most people's mind. So, something about the game. I need to wipe my nose. It's worth watching. Yeah. It's not exactly what you call the most graphically modern of games. It looks good though. For Bethesda, it looks pretty damn good. And it looks fine to me. I just hope they do, because they've still got like 6 months or something, haven't they? Or, they've got up to 12 months to go yet. So hopefully they sort out any frame rate issues and stuff. And it's a nice smooth frame rate when you play the game. Don't really care, I just want to play the game. Right, that's a bit done. Align the whole tabs on the lower panel and the bottom edge of the dashboard. Okay, so now we have to put the bottom of the dashboard on. The bottom of the dashboard lights. I hate Meatloaf so much. with the wires still hidden within. So this goes like that. KP screws by any chance? Let's have a look. KP screws, yeah, 4 KP screws, there we go. So I was most impressed by it. It looked darn good. And I can't tell, you'll see a guy in the trailer, right? Maybe they've seen it, we'll see it. But there's a guy in the trailer who's like talking to the main character. Oh, the main protagonist is not voiced as well. All the conversation are in first person, and he or she is not voiced, which is great. On this Fallout 4 voice acting nonsense. Yeah, at one point you're talking to like a character with long straggly hair and stuff, and I can't tell if that's the voice actor that did Nick and also Bellathor in Skyrim, because he's been in a lot of the Skyrim games. So, I can't tell. But the fact that the protagonist is not voiced is brilliant for me, because it means I can do a Khajiit voice. When I do a Let's Play of it, when I do play live streams, I can give him a Khajiit voice. And let's not mince words, Bones. I fully expect within 6 months of that game coming out, there'll be a mod to make your guy look like a Khajiit. You just wait. There will be. It'll happen. Because it's supporting mods, so I can't wait to see what modders do it, especially given the fact they tell you at the end, which I won't reveal here because I want you to have the surprise, but I can't wait for... Yeah, there'll be Khajiit mods. Because my dude has to be a Khajiit. It'll have to happen. It looks good though. I'm sure it'll be full of jank and bugs like every Bethesda game, but I'm accepting that. I'm happy to accept that because it sounds really bad to say it, but mods will fix a lot of stuff, and they'll fix a lot of stuff over time anyway. And that's fine, because I just want to explore. I'm not in it for the first person shooting or anything like that. It's the exploring that I want. So there we go. That is the dashboard so far. You have now attached the upper and lower dashboard panels and fixed the tachometer into the dashboard. Keep the wire clamp in a safe place. 1 second, folks. Sorry, had to clear my throat there. That is issue 56. Yay! Now, issue 57. I've got to keep I'll put the screws away. What do we get? KP and AP. You always get some spare screws. Oops, ping. There goes all the screws. AP can go in there. I've got a cutting mat here, and yet I still cut the bags with a knife on the fluffy towel. I'm an idiot. AP goes in there. I've got massive amounts of AP screws. Got millions of them. And KP screws. Do I have a slot for KP? Or is it a bag? GP, JP, FP, HP, IP, freely, PM or MP, probably MP, OM, KM. I've got no slot for KP. Is it a new kind of screws? Oh man. There. Oh well. I guess we'll just keep KP in a bag then, shall we? Okay. KP stay in a bag. These are my random bag. I've only got so many slots and I really can't be bothered making another one of these things, so I basically got a selection of bags with screws in that don't fit in a slot of their own. So I'll just put that to one side. I shall mark it as KP. Oops. KP. It's got it clearly marked, but I'll mark it even more clearly here. There we go. So just in case I haven't got slots for any of those. I don't know if we'll get to do Iron Man today. I'll do as much as I can. We'll go for a couple of hours. I need to keep this part safe, so we'll put it there. I'm sure we'll need it kind of now. Right, so we've got our dashboard. Next issue. Issue 57. Driving in Rio. Pete Wenham. Assembling the steering column. Oh. Dodge Charger Daytona with the full NASCAR kit. Oh, with the 6 foot tall. Oh. Do you know why it's got a spoiler that tall? So you can open the trunk. I love that. Oh. Now, if I remember this right, wasn't the Plymouth Superbird came the year after as like a sister car to the Dodge Charger? I didn't realise Dodge and Plymouth were like the same company, so, or owned by. It was almost 1.5 meters wide, the spoiler, and rose 60 centimetres above the boot. Its function was to increase aerodynamic downforce on the rear axle and also to allow you to open the trunk. I can't call a boot. It's an American car. I'm going to have to say trunk. I can't say boot on an American car. It just seems wrong. Look at that. Just, oh! It needs to be lime green, though, with black bumblebee. Oh, I've gone a bit moist now. Slightly moist. Right. Let's build a steering column. Let's have a quick look at chat. Yeah, I can do, says Frankie, but at the moment it's way too warm, the chocolates wouldn't survive. No, don't send me that. I'm only joking, Frankie. Don't send me stuff. Very kind of you, but I'm only joking. If you're a fan of Jean Giraud, Mobius, there's an upcoming game called Synergy for PC. I vaguely remember who Mobius is. He is, in fact, a cyberpunk artist, is he not? Of that kind of style. Right. I need the parts. FUNEX. Right, so we have the parts here. Parts for part 57. I've got very good at cutting the plastic without actually cutting the magazine that's in it. It's in. 57 Farton. What time are we on? 6 o'clock. I'm going slowly. I'll put that there, up there for now. Oops. Kaplunk. Nothing left in the tray. Good. Right, so let us now. Oh, got the lever thing. Let us now do some assembling. We have some DP screws. Join the left and right steering column cover. So these two. Looks like a scope, like a weapon scope. Use DP screws to join the two pieces together. We want to be together. Wait, where do we put the screws? Oh, in that bit and in that bit. Okay. Like that, you'll see. And then two DPs. That's one DP and another DP. Also, I've got this thing here I can cut on. There you go. Yes, I should have got a bigger tidy box really, but I didn't know how many different screw types we would have. Major problem, I can't get that open again now. There we go. Right, you go in there. DP screw. So that goes like that. I hope it's not just my head in shot all the time. I do apologise if all you've seen is the back of my head. It's very difficult when you're working on something this big to figure out where to put the camera, because you don't want the camera too close because you wouldn't be able to see anything bigger than, say, the steering column. But also you don't want it too far away because then you wouldn't be able to see things like this steering column. I knew this would happen. The moment I put the camera far away, you just get my great big head and tiny parts. So, bench and belly for me. Bench, of course, is this lot. Belly for me tonight, I don't know yet, but I know when I go downstairs I've got a whole mess of washing up to do. Like 3 days worth of washing up, so... After that I'm really not fussed cooking, but I need to make some food, so... Right, so that's those two bits screwed together. Apologies if you can hear my belly making funny noises. Locate the small semicircular hole in the end of the left steering column cover. There. Insert the steering column switch 57D and press into place with the piece facing the same way as shown in the illustration. So it goes in, well, it only goes in one way anyway. It's got a D-shaped peg and a D-shaped socket, so there we go. It's going to be a tight fit, guaranteed to most likely snap, I would guess, as well. You watch. Can I do it without snapping it? I don't know. Place your bets. Wow, I did it without snapping it. Jingus. Surely such things are not possible. Impossible! And there's still to play for. Don't count your chickens just yet. we go. So that's the... what is that for? Is that for your gears? I always see Americans when they drive old cars, they kind of pull up and they go like that. Is that for like neutral drive? For is that like a automatic gear selector? I don't know what it is on American cars. Attach the completed steering column to the bottom of the dashboard. The 2 hollow pegs on the left steering column, there, must be at the bottom so they correspond with the holes in the dashboard. Dashboard. So that goes like that. Ooh, we're starting to look very dashboardy-like now. Secure the steering column to AP screws. I need some AP screws now, you see. I see. AP, you say. AP, you say? Apologies for it being basically my left moob and the back of my head all day today so far. There was no other way for me to do it, really. Right. I probably could have... I could move the camera down a bit, but... and you can't see things. Are you happy with the camera where it is? Do tell me. Yeah, I can move it if you need to. It's a bit of a faff, but I can do it. That's the... I've just opened CP screws, you spoon. What are AP screws? Do you know? Right. I'll put that there. I'm not getting my head in shot all the time, am I? Yay! You might want to watch the back of my head for some bizarre, perverse reason. I don't know. Might just be the way you like things. I don't know. Anyway, while we're doing this, and I'm prattling on about nonsense, please do let me take a second to massively, 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 massively thank you with all my heart for being patrons and channel members. I can't tell you how much it means, that support means to me. I try to from time to time, but I fail miserably. But because of you, it means I have a chance to do this for my living, which is nice, and stay at home and not have to work in a crappy office job, which is nice. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is, because I don't have to do that, it means I can be at home to be looking after Mama Fox. Because my life over the last couple of years would have been absolute hell if I'd been able to go out to a job every day, leaving Mum on her own. So I can't thank you anywhere near enough for all of that. Your support is more appreciated than you will ever even begin to comprehend. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are the best. We am the best. Now, if you're watching this, the non-live version, and you're not a patron or a channel member, please do consider becoming one and helping me out. Because they literally pay my wages. You can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru. The link's there at the bottom of the screen. Or you can press join on the bottom of the video to become a channel member. To install the dashboard lights, disconnect the dashboard lights panel from wiring 46D. You're hoping you're telling me that I know where those are going to go later on, but dashboard lights disconnected. Carefully insert the LED lights on the dashboard light panel into the corresponding holes in panel 55D. Ooh. Okay. And secure with no screws. Okay, that's weird. We're not screwing it in place. That's weird. So that goes like what was it? Like that. So like if I can do it. You can do it if you're being cute. That goes, oh okay, that does actually just sit in by, oh, that's quite cool. That does actually sit in by itself. Awesome. Ow, Stabbity with the little metal thing sticking up. Ow. There you go, Stabbity. Confirmed. The picture shows the dashboard at the end of this assembly step. Any pieces you need in a safe place till you need them. Cool. So I'm going to guess then that there's a, yeah, you get a glow around these instrument panels because they were on a clear piece of plastic. So okay, so that lamps are staying in by themselves, but I'm going to guess they do get fixed in with something later on. I hope they do. We have the dashboard all set. I did wiring. Mum, I did wiring, Mum. Oh, yeah, I didn't kill anyone. Nothing got broken. Well, so far. I've not tried turning anything on yet. Right, screw time. This is where I may come unstuck if I've taken the tops off. CP screws. Do I have Yes. CP screws. For some reason they gave me like 100 CP screws and I used like 4. What was the point of that? Oh, it says save them for later. Oh, well, I've saved them in there. We have AP screws. Look how many AP screws I've got. Look at them. I saw my AP screw spares in there. Look. Thousands of them. Millions of them. It's brilliant. DP screws go there. Diapia. I think that's all the screws there, so we'll put that lid back on there. It's nice to see some of you sometimes, says Chris at Gross Models. Oh, bless you. Bless you, my child. So yes, I don't know what's for dinner tonight. It'll probably be chicken calves and Fox's mess, which I keep meaning to make every night and keep not making. And we end up having takeaway because Mama Fox wants terrible foods and I can't help it. Music loud and clear. Ugh. Ugh. Do you know? Wow, that looks like something like the Millennium Falcon. Lando's Millennium Falcon. I have to say, all this amazing music equipment, right, that you get in cars, all this amazing equipment, and all it's used to play is which is just drivel. Nobody ever uses all that equipment to play actual decent music. And I won't be drawn on that conversation. I'm just saying. And we're leaving it at that. I've got a tickly nose and a dribbly nose. Hang on. Oh, I'm nose dealing. There's all these people spend hundreds and thousands of pounds on their sound systems and then just play mouth-breathing chav music through it. Really? Tej Parker, Tech Wizard. No idea. Oh, I like the hair though. It's awesome hair. Awesome hair. Mounting the dashboard and the roll cage 1. Oh, the Dodge Avenger. 2007 Dodge Avenger. Yeah, boring. Boring car. Building and then car audio from theory to practice. Again, all that effort and you just play well, it's your choice. Your choice. Mouth breathers. Right, so anyway, where are we up to? So let us have a swig of tea. So we need to get the parts. Wow. Oh god, that's really heavy. Oh. And this already weighs about, I'm going to guess this weighs about 3 kilograms or something. And I've seen what's in the big box, and this probably weighs about half a kilogram just with the roll frame part. I'm really not confident the shelf this sits on is going to survive. And I really expect that at some point I'm going to give myself another hernia, just moving this thing from storage to the workbench. Wow. So we have, what have we got? We have some screws, metal roll cage parts, nothing left in the plastic tray. And we've got only got 2 screws, so let's just get them. Well, we'll leave them in there for the moment. We might not need to get them out just yet. So let's see what step 1 is. We only have 3 parts, 2 screws, and 2 bits of roll cage. And we don't need any of them right at the moment. Okay, brilliant. We'll put them over there. So, align the mounting holes in the dashboard you assembled with the vertical pins on the floor pan. Secure the pieces with 4 CP screws. Ooh. Floor pan, floor pan. Copyright, shut up, Fox. Shh. So that goes on there like that. You'll say, ooh, look at that. It's starting to look very car-like now. Oh, yes. I want 4 CP screws. Right, let's get the 4 CP screws out. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I like counting in German. I can't get past past 10, unfortunately, but hey, I'm only 6 years old. So that goes in there, into those 4. That's fairly straightforwards. How are we looking on camera? Ooh, there we go. I can probably move over here a bit and give you some more space, can't I? I'm kind of working over towards my iPad, but you guys are over here, so I need to adjust my locations. Yeah, so I am thoroughly looking forward to Starfield now. I am moist with all the anticipations. I hate to say it, but I am. And I know it'll be a bug fest. I know it'll have issues. I know it'll have so many broken things right from the start. But you know what? You kind of take it as read with a Bethesda game. You kind of accept that. Because you know they'll fix stuff as they go along. Mods will fix some other things. And it's really about, for me, I'm not really bothered about the story or the shooting. All I'm bothered about is the exploration. If it's only as good as Fallout 4, if it's just basically Fallout 4 with new locations, I'm happy. Wait, what? No, I've done that wrong. You're an idiot, Fox. I was thinking about Starfield, you see. Yeah, if it's basically just Fallout 4 with a bit more visual polish and that's it, then I'm fine. That's fine by me. Because if you're telling me it's basically Fallout 4 with 1,000 more locations, yeah, I'll do that. I'll take that, thank you very much. Nicht eine Probleme. Ja, das ist richtig. So, and it'll be better than that, but you know what I mean. To me, it's a new place to explore, and that's why I play these games, for the exploration and the wonderment. So I'm not too fussed. I'm also not too lined up here. Where's the hole? Give me your hole. There we go. So I can't wait. I cannot wait, young man. But it's funny, I watched the Xbox showcase. All the stuff in the Xbox showcase, they showed over 50 games. Not all of which were full games. Some were just like DLCs and stuff, like for the Fallout and things. Fallout 76 and stuff. And I sat through the Xbox showcase. And it was hilarious afterwards thinking about it, because there's only two things that made me just go, wow! And I mean literally sit there with mouth agape going, oh my god! Only two things made me feel that. One was Starfield, but one was something I actually honestly had no idea was coming, which was Persona 4 being released on Xbox. Persona 3, 4 and 5, the 5 extra new one. Persona 3 I don't care, but Persona 4 Golden on Xbox, I just had like exceptional trouser tent action going on, and I was literally, when it popped up on screen, I thought it was just saying here's the games you've made before, and there's going to be a new Persona game, which would have been cool in and of itself. And then it said coming to Xbox and PC. I'm like, bah! My entire brain just, I was literally sat there with my mouth wide open going, oh my god. And then I was bored again until Starfield came on. But that's the funny thing, all the games he showed, and the only thing that really made me agape and aghast was Persona 4. You know, what, 13, 14-year-old game? It's just weird, isn't it? 4 more CP screws into these 4 here. So yeah, it was weird. Very weird. But most of the games were just like, I really don't care for any of these. There was some game that was like an RPG, and it was all like a bit like voxely, which looked quite good, apart from the main character's face looked like a me, like an old Wii, not even a modern me, but like an old face drawn on the shape, low quality me, and I'm like, really? Then there was, you know, other games I was like, meh, racing game, meh. Nothing really floated my boat at all. But it was a good selection for people who aren't me, because I'm just very locked into what games I like, so I'm not their target audience. Going back and tightening all these screws slowly so it's all equalled out across the plastic and not overstressed in any one place. This is a real car. Look at all that space behind the dashboard. You could hide secret things. I might even hide a secret note in there. I don't know how much of it is visible later though. 4 more screws. The roll cage. The Dodge Charger RT in the Fast and Furious has a... You don't need to say the film The Fast and Furious. I think we've figured out it's a film by now. Has a roll cage. The safety device serves as an additional support or structure for the body. If a car overturns or in the event of a strong impact, the external structure can yield and deform, crushing or trapping the occupants of the car. A roll cage prevents any foreign bodies from entering the cockpit, giving passengers a better chance of survival. Well, it doesn't prevent foreign bodies opening. If I had a steel pole go through the side of the door, it'd still puncture the door, but it stops the car deforming. I think there's probably a better way to say that. If the roll cage is here, it doesn't stop something going through the car, but it stops the car crushing the person inside a bit more. I don't know, I'm just talking rubbish now. Right, so we need to put this away. Look at that. Oh, dashboarding. Paradise by the... No, I'm not going to sing it. I hate meatloaf. I hate meatloaf so much. I'm going to have to hook it up now and just see what happens before we do anything else. While this is still accessible, let me risk it for a biscuit and see what happens. Let's plug the black one in there. Oh, I'm going to regret this. I can see it coming. Something's not going to work and I'm going to be extra sad. I can just see it coming. Plug the black one in there. Or I'm going to break a switch or something. I just know it's going to happen. Or that's not going to go in properly because it's the wrong way around, you dingleberry. Goes there. I've got the white one. Whitey tighty, or tighty whitey. Oh, I'm stretching it a bit there. I don't want to do that too much. And the green one, yeah, we don't care about that one. let's turn something on now then. Oh, I've got to do that one as well, haven't I? I'm going to regret this now, you watch. Something's not going to work and I'm going to be sad and grumpy. Let's just try it. Turn the battery on. Do. And then we forget where all the switches are here. That's the horn, don't care about that one. Oh, look, dashboard lights. Oh, dashboard lights. Can you see that? Dashboard lights. Horn, don't care about that one. And the other one is the tail lights, which come on anyways. Turn the lights on. Yeah, tail lights still work. Dashboard lights work. That's not something I can switch. I'm sure the horn probably works, but I'll worry about that one later. Excellent. So I didn't kill anything. No destruction occurred. Thankfully, with all the important bits. There we go. Although the lights are popping out because I pulled on them too hard. I'll put them back in again. That's alright. That's alright, Tony. Don't worry about that. It's ancient Roman eyes. I still think it would be ideal to have some way to lock the lights in there rather than them just sitting around floating about. There must be something that goes on that to hold them in place later. I will assume. Although, as we all know, if you assume, you just make an ass of you and me. It's an old joke, but it's perfectly balanced. Put that cockpit over there. Just pull the trigger on a piece of model making guru merch. T-shirt on its way. Yay, says Paul Lewis. Oh, thank you very much. I often forget I've got a merch shop. Did it have it under the video or something? I never know if that works. I don't see that. I must do some more T-shirts and stuff. I really must. Roll cage would be rubbish if it was plastic, says Chris. I have found a way to actually have created plush toys of my own design. However, I doubt it would even begin to be worth it because I'm sure it probably wouldn't even work. You have to have so many before it gets manufactured. I probably get like about 2. A PM screw. A PM screw? What? Oh, I say PM screw. Do we have PM screws in here? Is this another one we just made up? Yes. Oh well. JM screws. PM screw, my backside. FP, KP, JP. I've got PM. Oh, we've got PM. Woo! We've already had PM screws before. Cool. Yes. Yes, I was looking into that, but I realised, you know, I probably only sell about 3 and it wouldn't actually get manufactured, so. But it would be cool one day. Have a little Foxy plush. You know, not me, obviously, but that dude, that one there. That little chap. Right, so I need to put this on there. I'm going to put the lid on my screws for obvious reasons. But thank you very much for that, Paul J. Lewis. You're very, very kind. I must have when you Paul J. Lewis. You have your full name read out. Thank you very much for that, Paul. That is awesome. Massive, massive thank you. 58B goes on. Cow now? Brown cow? Where does it go? Goes there. From that side. Okay. That goes in there. Oops. That goes in there. Get my screw ready. Oh, burpularity. I do apologise. Apologise. I can see myself just getting a takeaway again tonight because I can't be bothered after doing all the washing up. It's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. And I forgot to put some oil on my screw. Oh, well, never mind. I actually forgot to get my oil out. Right, so that's that. It's very loose and wobbly, but that's fine. Go back out again, and then go back in again. You do tend to find these metal parts have a lot of like the black paint / primer on them. That's now not gripping at all. Fantastic. So let's try a different PM screw then. So they can be a bit tight and uncooperative sometimes. Hopefully this isn't a problem now, because it went in and then it stopped being in. I may have to use a different screw perhaps if this one proves to be a little bit too useless. Have a look, let's see. Find the hole. Miss the hole. There we go. That's better. Yes, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly, but that's fine because it'll lock into something else later on. Hello, Mama Fox.
Hello.
Make yourself a cup of tea. And then I can just tighten it a bit more and it makes it nice and tight. There we go. Oh, that's better. Much better. Doesn't matter if it's not fully locked in place because I'll probably want to be able to wiggle it around to make it fit later. So there we go. So that is PM. I'll throw this other one away. You do sometimes find with the screws, sometimes in a pack of screws, you get one that's like not quite right. Like it's a little bit too short or not quite the same diameter. And it's like, you occasionally get it. And that's why it's always important to keep your screws. There have been times when I've had to use, it said, oh, use a CP screw. And I found that the CP screw is like nowhere near long enough or doesn't stay in place. So I've had to go into my pile of spares, these are all random spares, and use something else. So always keep your screws because they will come in handy. Well, I've got 2 hooks then. Oh, therefore. 2 hooks and 2 washers. Or nuts. No idea why. So yes, so always keep your screws. That's that bit done. And that concludes cashier number 5, please. Issue 58. And that is a whole pack done. So let me put that magazine over there. Because now it's time to open the big boy box. Oh, this is going to be real big boy stuff. I'll put the roll cage over there. Belle Part 2 says, Rabbit, last night's double pepperoni pizza. Oh, I opened the top drawer of my office desk and placed the pizza box on top of it for convenient snacking. I like that. I like the cut of your jib. That's good. I like that. Yum. Right. Now, I'll get the magazines out first, because I've got space issues now. I don't mean space like, you know, the Final Frontier. I mean space like where to put things. Because one of these has a really big component, and I mean really big, massive, huge. Oh dear. Right. What time are we on? We're on 6:30. Okay. We might get, I don't think we'll get to the Iron Man. Never mind. 59, 60, 61 and 62. And again, it depends how quick we get through these, doesn't it, I suppose? Hey, 59. No, 62. Right, so let's start with 59. Move that out of the way. 59 tubes. Let me get the bits. 59, 59. That's 60. Hey, not the right number. 59. I think we're going to be building a lot of roll cage. That seems to be fairly simplistic then. Still got these bits for the steering wheel and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing with them yet. I have to put them away in a safe space, clearly. Yeah, I like the idea of that there, Rabbit, using a drawer as a makeshift table area. I use my, I've got a little like fold away table that I used to use for my hotess when I was playing Elite Dangerous. And that's permanently set up just in front of my TV where the Xbox is. And so, I just put the pizza box on there because the hostess isn't on it. I put the pizza box on there and then just transfer from that to my plate. Yeah. Right, so we should have 4 screws and 2 jiggly bits. Jiggle. Jiggle. Beep, screws. And there we go. Ah, that's disgusting. Right, so 2 CMs and 2 PMs. I'm going to guess we need PMs for this. Right, I must, while I remember, let me do it the right way. Get me oil out. I've not got my oil out. A little bit of my oil, there you go. Top it up a little bit. Standard 3-in-1 oil, also available on the Amazon store. Yes, link in the description below. You know how it works. Little touch of that. You don't have to do this, but I do. And I found it really useful on the X-Wing because the X-Wing was a pain in the bum for some of the screws going into the metal for that. It was an absolute pain in the backside. So it just makes life a little easier sometimes with a screw going into metal. But Chris always laughs when I do that. But I let him laugh. It makes him happy. Right, so we won't go through the magazines. You get the idea. Ooh. The Gurkha truck, an indestructible LAPV. So American. I like it though. I like it. Well, the Gurkha's anti-ballistics armour plating is rated level 7, which means the occupants are safe even from armour-piercing explosive bullets. Ooh. Explosive bullets! And then the importance of the right tyres is the bit at the back. Right. So, mounting the roll cage. I like a nice mount. I'll rephrase that. I'll stop. Stopping now. So, align the mounting hole in the rear left 59 with the hole in the rear arch. Oh, I've got that other bit back, haven't we? We have here the rear arch. I do find it hilarious that in Cyberpunk, I think there's only 2 brands of motorbike and one of them is Arch, which just happens to be the brand that Keanu Reeves owns. Yeah. So that needs to go. Secure the pieces with a PM screw. So that goes there with that behind that. Goes in there like that, you see. Into that hole. You're that hole. Such a that hole. You are such a that hole. And I want a PM screw. That's a CM screw. Where's my little thing? How are we doing, folks? You all good? How many are watching? 8. Woo! Thank you to all 8 of you who are watching for being patrons and channel members. You're all awesome. And if you are watching this, join in the live chat. If you're on a mobile device, the live chat might be underneath the video player. Might not be, but it might be. But you're more than welcome to come and join the live chat. And do let me know if you get any adverts. It should be ad-free, but you never know what YouTube's like nowadays. I put a little touch of oil on my screw there. Always oil before screwing. It's always wise. Trust your Uncle Fox. Again, I'm not fussed if it's a little bit loose, because it's all going to fit into other parts of the bodywork and stuff anyway. It's going to be a little wibbly wobbly right now. Then, from the other side of the roll cage, position the larger arm of the left arch as shown in the picture, secure with a CM screw. It says from the other side. Oh, I see. Yes, shut up, Pop. Right, so this one. With what now? Wait, what? What? How with the who? With the what now? With what? Oh, I see. Oh, what? Huh? I'm confused. That goes. Oh, right, like that. Oh, okay, I understand. Understanding now, sir. That goes in there like that. I didn't really know what it was telling me to do in the. It was weird. CM screw. CM screws made to make your mouth water. Yes, I'm really looking forward to stuff. Where did I just go? What's that? To Starfield. Really am. Can't wait till whenever it comes out next year. At some point. In the distant future. I just hope they get that frame rate sorted out. I really do. I don't mind 30 FPS if it's a smooth 30 FPS. If it's choppy FPS, 30 FPS, it's like, eh. And if it is choppy 30 FPS, then at least give us the option of lower res 60 FPS. If you can. Or put, it's like the, it's weird, on the Series X, if you turn ray tracing on Cyberpunk, it's absolutely awful. It's horrible. It's juddery. It's not smooth. It's horrible to look at. But there's loads of motion blur and it kind of levels it out a bit. But if you then put it on the Series S, it gets weird because on the Series S it doesn't have ray tracing on at all. And ray tracing is just better shadows. It turns the ray tracing off completely and it drops the resolution down to 1440p, but it still keeps it at 30 FPS. But on the Series S, 30 FPS is nice and smooth. It's like, which is why when I'm streaming now, I'm streaming from my Series S. It actually gives me my Cyberpunk now, after the first episode, looks much smoother because it's on the S at 1440p and it's at 30 FPS and a smooth 30 FPS. So I don't mind 30 FPS if it's good. Right. Wait. Sudden handbrake turn here. We're suddenly doing steering all of a sudden. What? Oh dear Lord. Okay, so. Right, okay, that bit I can ignore. It says, do this if the steering wheel is not the way it needs to be. I have the steering wheel exactly where it needs to be. My steering wheel does not look like that, but it's good enough. Okay, right, so there's the first few steps from 50. It doesn't actually say, now we're going to do the steering, it just says, bang, do this bit. This here, I can ignore because this is telling you how to line up the steering column, because the steering column, which you can't see, needs to face a certain way. It must have the chunk in the bottom of it at the bottom, not at the top, the chunk taken out, because that's where it links to the actual steering wheel. Okay, so we've done that. Oh, okay, so I didn't do any of that. Okay, cool. So that's, there we go. That is issue, which one was this? 59. Issue 59 done. Yes, it didn't actually say here's what we're going to do. It just said, now do this. What? Also, it tells you don't need to do that bit. Only halfway through doing that bit. Yes. Right, let's go straight for the next step because this is where it starts to get tricky. Ooh, we've got lots of roll cage to do now. This is issue number 60. Can't type eating. Yep, lied again, says Paul Lewis. Typing with your burger again. Oh wait, that was me, says Rabbit. As long as you wash your fingers. Right, so let's get issue, what are we on? 60. Let's get the bits. Gentlemen, prepare your bits. More roll cage to start with. Still got these two bits here. Oh, I'll put these screws away, hang on. Got CM. Screws. Screws. Let's do that over there because I can't be bothered moving my oh, didn't even work, did it? Gosh darn it. CM screw. In there. Spare time. What do we have? PM screw, which is there, so I'll swap that out of that one. PM screws. I could just make more slots, but I really can't be bothered. It involves plastic cards and super glue. I'm far too lazy to do that right now. PM screw. I think that's them. So we've still got these two bits here that we need to do something with later. I hope we get to do it soon because they're just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. I'm going to put them in the safe slot. I've got a slot here for things I need in the future, and it's there. I think we'll put them in there. There you go, in the safe now. So we have this one here, issue 60. I do like, actually, you know, letting these build up to a couple of issues worth, a couple of packs worth, because it's much more fun than just doing 3 or 4 and then you're done. Okay, I thought there'd be a lot more in there, but never mind. Also, Partworks are great because if you ever ship things out, if you do a lot of shipping things to places, you end up with a lot of spare cardboard boxes. DM screws, we have JM screws, lots of CM screws, lots of LP screws, and EP screws. Okay, we've got lots of screws. Screws all over the place. We're screwing all over the place. Right, so we've got, what did I say we've got? CM, JM, DM, EP, LP. There we go. Just checking we've got them all. Right. I think we get to install the roll cage by the end of this one. Join the roof bar. And roof bar to 60C and 60A using 1 CM screw. I'll move this over here temporarily. 1 CM screw, you say. I'll move myself over here out of the way. You all right there, folks? I bet this is in no way exciting. I'm out of practice at doing streams by myself because unfortunately I'm not getting a lot of chance to read the chat. So if you want to make sure you get me in the chat, do @ModelMakingGuru. So I see that you put a comment there for me, like Paul did. If you want to, you can do a super chat, but of course you're already patrons and members and supporting me, so you don't have to. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. I'm not going to push that on you, because you already give me your hard-earned cash anyway. So that goes in there, and this goes in that way. Like that, was it? Metal screw means oiling times. Just a tiny, tiny touch. Then you touch of oil. And I've got to be able to hold these and put the screw in at the same time. Awesome. You never give any consideration to how you're going to do this. They just say do it. Zip, zip. I don't think there's a particular orientation for that. It just needs to be in. I suddenly realised the other day that I had a load of Xbox 360 and Xbox One games that I lent to someone and then never got them back. And I'm like, oh, I'm not in contact with that person anymore. It's like, oh, fudge. Get the section of the roll cage assembled and align the free end of roof bar to that. With the hole in the middle of the underside of the rear arch. It's getting very confusing now. I don't know which bit switch says that one, isn't it? Okay, that makes sense. That goes in there like that. You say, like that. Do you like that? And that goes in there with screw. Yay! Okay, so 2 CM screws. Right, this is making all the sense now. CM screw, CM screw, CM screw. Where are you? There you are. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4 CM screws. Okay, now we get to assemble the roll cage and then install it, I think. I thought the roll cage would involve a lot more parts than it actually does, but it's quite simple. I guess that's the beauty of roll cages. They're not supposed to be massively complicated. I guess in real life they need to have as few welds as possible because it's just a weakness point, isn't it, if you're welding? I don't know, I'm just making this crap up out of my brain. I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, so we'll get that in there. A tiny touch of the oils. This now goes in here. Like that. It's easier to see when you can see what you're doing. It's a redundant statement from the Department of Redundant Statements. So that now goes in there. So I need another one. Did I get 2 screws out after I've just said I need 4? God, you're an idiot, Fox. You really are just absolute numpty sometimes. King of the numpties. Numpty king. That goes in there. Not quite on camera, you spoon. Again, not tightening it all the way just yet. I'll get that in there first. This one in here. Oh, it's looking nice and rigid now. Or feeling nice and rigid. Matron. Yeah, that first screw that didn't go in properly, it was just a duff screw. You do sometimes seem to get one, every now and then you get like one in a batch, which is fine. Like I say, you do get enough spares to be going on with, so if ever you find that a screw goes in and just spins pointlessly, it's just either not wide enough or too short. You probably haven't threaded anything, so don't panic too much. Just get one of the other screws. This is why you should always keep the screws, because like by now I've got a billion CM screws. So now this needs to go on there. I can guess where this is going now. I understanding with my brain. Yes, I don't tend to understand with my brain much, but I prefer to understand with other things. But sometimes you just got to go with the brain. So that goes there. That's going to go. I'm trying to do it in such a way you can see what I'm actually doing. That's going to go in there, so we can put the screw in there. Although I say that, you probably only see in the back of my head. How's it been so far, this stream, guys? Is it alright? Acceptably boring? I've got that one loose, so I can move this one around. I've got my magnifying lens. I don't even need my magnifying lenses on, but I have them on so much that I can't now see without them. It's pretty bad, really. These glasses need replacing. That goes in there. Like a glove. It just means, the oil just means that it's sometimes easier to work your way through the layer of primer / black paint or whatever it is they stick on this stuff, because it can make it a bit tricky to thread a screw sometimes. And sometimes the screw doesn't fully go in because it's just got stuck on the primer, so you backwards screw it out again and try a different one, and it often works after that. There we go, that's them nice and fixed. These two are still a bit flippy floppy, but I can live with that for the moment. Align the five ends of the three ends of the row with the corresponding holes in the car floor. Now we're talking business now. Right. Car floor, what's that secret you're keeping? Right, so now we're going to have to do some things. These going to be AP screws? Or P screws? Oh no, metal screws. Right, so we've got a roll cage. We need to align it with tholes into fluor. Got the instructions over there for you, trumpet. This needs to now go in here. So it says, so there. I think these other ones go in the back, but which bit though? Oh, there's only one hole. Okay, there we go. Right, so that goes like that. There. Oh, there we go. Yep, they all line up into those holes there, hopefully. Please, dog. So, what I'm going to do is, it says turn it upside down, but I can see this being a cluster flange now, because I'm going to have to turn it upside down, it'll all fall apart. So what I shall do is, I shall do something. Right, what do I want? I want some screws. CM, all the ones on the bottom here are CMs, and these ones are DMs. So let's do the DMs first, because I can get to those. And that will lock it in place when I do the CMs. So it's quite exciting. It's starting to look car-shaped. You haven't seen what's in the box, trust me. Oh. DMs. Only 4 of these, so I'll just get all 4 out. I think we've got a slot for DM anyway. Yeah, we've got a slot for DMs anyway. So we'll get one of these. And it's these 3 connection points. So I'll do this bit at the back first because I can get to that. So, touch of l'huile. That's oil in French, for those of you who don't know. It's quite tricky, but I can get in there, I think. And I'm not even on the hole there, but there we go. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Okay, not as easy as I thought. There we go. There's the hole. Line your screw up on the screw. Right, get that on the... Hang on. I hate when the screw like wobbles off to the side of the screwdriver head. It's like, oh. Right, so that can go in there first. So we'll do that one. Apologies for the back of my head being in shot. Hey, deal with it. You get what you're given. La 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 la. Now we'll do another one on this side. Oil on that will be handy. A bit of oil, as in not a bit of oil. On this bottom one. There we go. Oil just means I'm not fighting that primer and black paint quite so much. This is just starting to look now, because like working on a car, I'm not a big car freak, right? But trust me, I love the Dodge Charger. But working on a car when you've just got like the chassis and the steering rack and bits underneath, it's interesting, but it's not trouser tent time. But it's when you start doing stuff and it starts to actually look like a car, like it's the car shaped bits, and you're like, oh, it's a bit tricky. I can't quite see the hole for this. Where is the hole? There it is. It's going to push this one along a bit. There we go. Get in the hole. There we go. But this is starting to like look like a dirty great big car. And even though it's an awesome car and you like the car, there's something that appeals to the inner child about building a car that's this big. Like, building a model of car is one thing. Building a 1/8 scale car that's this big and involves manual tools like screws and bolts, there's a part of the child in me that goes, oh, I'm building a car! It's like a different little scratch, a sort of bit of the model making thing that just isn't scratched by making a normal plastic model kit. Right, so that's that bit. I'll put that in the DM slot. Your streams are fun to watch. The only bad thing is that I have to walk around sometimes, says Frankie. Aww. They do go on for a bit longer. Thank you, though. I appreciate you sticking around, even though you have to walk around a bit. Now we need... How many do we need? CM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 CM screws. Well, it's fun for you. It's fun to have you in watching my stream. Rabbit says, apply roll cage liberally. Rabbit says, I love this and all your streams. It's nice to not feel lonely for a while. Aww. Paul says, oh, hey, Fox, forgot you were here. Aww. That's my thing. It's like, you have to remember that you guys are keeping me... Oh, bugger. You're keeping me company as well. And filming at the bench can be quite lonely. And I'm quite pathetic, so anything that stops that loneliness is nice to me. Oops. And I thought it was about time I started giving you guys, patrons and members, something, because, I mean, I know you give me your money quite so nicely, and that's not even in a hole, is it? Even a hole there. And I try to do exclusive content, but just filming the way it is at the minute, it's hard enough to do normal filming, never mind extra filming on top. I'm acutely aware that you guys are getting... It's not going in the hole at all. Where is this hole? I cannot see. It's a black hole in a black piece of metal. In a black thing. It's not helping, is it? It's not really helpful. Let's try one of the other ones. Right. Show me your hole. It's not... No, that one's in. That one's in. I'm an idiot. So I know it may not be like an exclusive build or anything, but at least it's some exclusive content for something. At least it's something for you guys. Because I am ever so grateful for your support and help and love. And food parcels and, you know, all that. And I know I don't get a chance to come into the Zoom 24/7 hangout much. If you are watching this, by the way, and you're a patron or a member and you're not in the Zoom hangout, if you don't know about it, because a lot of my patrons haven't requested to join it, there is a live Zoom off-air, it's not live on the internet, as in it's not on YouTube or anything, live 24/7 Zoom hangout room, basically, where you can pop in and just hang out with all the other patrons and channel members. You can go on camera and just have a good time. It's like doing this, but with everybody else. You know, you can hang out and have a good time while you're at the bench. You can just be microphone only if you don't want to be on camera. And there's also a Facebook group that's just text only. And you can do, basically everybody does that as well as they say, is anybody in? And then they go in. So there's that as well if you want to join that. Or if you just want to be text only and not actually any camera stuff. So do feel free, if you're not already in there, there should be a link in the description below this video. It'll say patrons go here, members go here. That's where you can go to get all the information, to log in, find out where it is, log in and join the hangout session. You're more than welcome. Like I said, it's not live on the internet, it's a live Zoom hangout where you can, but it's not actually being broadcast anywhere, and it never will. It's on 24/7. Sometimes there's nobody in there and you'll be on your own for a bit. But it's not supposed to be like a guarantee of anything. It's just a room where you guys can hang out with each other. And Colin will go in quite regularly. I keep meaning to go in and I keep not going in because I'm rubbish. But I will eventually. What's rattling? Oh, it's my gear stiff. My gear lever. Hang on a minute. If you've got a gear lever there, what's this for? What is that thing on the wheel for? I never figured that out. So we have... and roll cage. Oh, look at that. It's starting to look very car-like. There's a CM screw, wasn't it? Oh, I'm getting all moist and excited now. Oh. Where's CM? CM. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's like a beach buggy without all the buggy parts and just the beach. Be right back, just going to feed Poppy, says Wendy, and rivets. Oh, Wendy, you're an angel. She's making rivets for me and Colin. And we will pay you. We demand that you let us know how much you want. We're not going to do it for free this time. Frankie says, yeah, my lower back still hurts. Next week I have an appointment for planning the surgery. Hopefully they get that sorted soon, buddy. There is nothing worse. I suffer with occasional, usually once or twice, like crippling back pain just for like a week. And there really is nothing worse than back pain. Lever on the left of the steering column is the turn signal switch. Is that it? So how come when you see American like cop shows, they pull up the car and they go like that with the lever, or like that? Because when I get home from, if I'm driving, I've had the lights on one of my old, not on my current car, but on my, it was either my Land Rover or my old Escort. It had a light, a stalk. The lights were on a stalk. On my current car, it's not on the stalk at all, but it's on the dashboard. But on the old car, it was, so I'd pull up to the house and I'd be like, I'd do that literally. I'd get the hand like that. And I'd go, pull it down, even though it was just the lights, because I'd be like, I'm American. There you go, look, ha. Can't do that on modern cars. I was doing that and you couldn't see it. In the hangout, you infrequently get to call Fox a spoon. Yes. Well, no, you can call me a spoon all the time. It's just I infrequently get to hear it. Right, so we've built the roll cage. I don't think we're finished yet. What's it next? Does it say? Let's say. Position the cockpit on the chassis, with the pieces facing the same way as those in the illustration. The steering shaft must be inserted into the hole in the pedal cover. Make sure all the wires pass over the dashboard panel. Okay. Oh god, we've got wiring now. It's going to get confusing. I've got to bring the beast forward. Let me move these screws out of the way. I don't need them. So, let me flip my lenses up. We'll put that there. Oh, hee, ho, ho, ho. Oh, don't bring the towel with you, you spoon bender. Right. Now, this is where things get interesting. It says, in words and pictures, it says, position the cockpit on the chassis with the pieces facing the same way as those in the illustration. The steering shaft must be inserted through the hole in the pedal cover. So there's the hole in the pedal cover you can't see, and the steering shaft must go into that. So I can't actually see the hole in the pedal cover. Brilliant. And the wires pass over the lower dashboard. So all the wires in the world need to somehow what? Wait, what? Make sure all the wires pass over the lower dashboard, apart from this one, which seems to go under it. Pass the wiring. There's a cable tie on that image. I have not been given a cable tie. Oh no, it's the steering column. Okay, I'll let you off. Right, so all the wires are swimming in the water. I'm an idiot. So all the wires go up like that. Apart from this one for the headlights, which goes there. That needs to go there. I shall acquire a small piece of tape, I think. Would be the sensible thing to do here. All the ducks are swimming in the water. This is where it takes all the paint off now. I'm like, oh, you git. Right, so this needs to go there. That needs to go through the steering column. Wait, where does the... What's that one black one from? Doesn't say what to do with the wire hanging out from the... Well, we'll assume it goes up. All the chuds are swimming in the water. Okay, that seems to go in there, like that, you see? Oh, it's starting to look very car-like. Oh, we're getting excited. Oh, right. Calm down. Pass the wiring for the LED headlights between the left panel 2 of the engine housing and the left front tyre towards the front of the model. So basically just like that. That seems a bit ropey, but I'm sure it'll go under the thing. All the lights are passing over the arch area. Carefully turn the model over and attach the floor and cockpit to the chassis using 6 LP screws. Oh, it's starting to look very sexy. Starting to look most sexulated. Oh. Now I've got to somehow figure out how to do this now. What do I LP screw? Let me get my LP screws out ready. FP. Let me find my LP screws. LP, 6 LP screws. Watch me knock these on the floor and be very sad. Belly is now officially full, says Paul. Ooh. Some USDM cars have an auto trans selector on the column. My dad's GMC truck had it. Is that to go from like park, drive and reverse and stuff and neutral and things? I'm just going to get a load of these screws. I don't know how many I'll need, but I think it said 6, didn't it? But I'll just get them all out. Why don't I just do that? Right, so I now have to attach these. Very carefully turn it upside down, but that means when I turn it upside down, everything will fall off and I'll be sad and it'll all go horribly wrong. Oh God, that's heavy! Oh, cracky Riley, blimey, that is not light at all. Jesus, oh, it's basically a car. Let's just be honest here. Oh, that went well. I like that. That did all right. Did you like that? Right. So, I can't tell you how. I'd weigh it, but I don't think I've got scales that can go that far. It does come out 8 kilograms when it's finished, but all the blimps are blimping in the water. LP, right, so I need lots of LP screws. No oil on these. Where do these go? So, apparently there, but I can't see a hole. I'm not seeing any wood. Was ist los? Das ist nicht richtig. I'm not seeing a hole for the screw to go in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was ist los? There is no hot what? No? What have I done wrong here now? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, so that might be there. I'll start with one, get it in place. It's not a hole, it's a stalk, which I have to hope is in the right place, because there's no way to tell otherwise, you see? Oh, there's no actual... The screw's there, you fool. Should I screw the screw in and it's halfway down the shaft of my screwdriver? Duh, shaft, woo! not going to work. Huh. Interesting. You've got little pegs with the holes in that are supposed to go into these things, but I've not got them lined up clearly. Clearly, I do not have them lined up correctly. Let us try that again, once again with feeling, shall we? It's hard to see where the hole is and where the thing it goes. That's in. I think that's in. I think that's in. Oh, that feels better. There we go. Just get that first one in. Get it started. Let's do the one on this side. All the ducks are swimming in the water. Don't know why. Whenever I do a live stream, that phrase pops into my head, and I really don't know why. I don't even know where it's from. Right, so that's those two done. Locked in place. Let's turn it over again. It's really heavy. Oh God, that's heavy. Oh, I'm only a little sparrow. Oh God. God, that's heavier than a child. I don't even know how heavy a child is, and I know it's heavier than that. I mean, not as heavy as that. I'm just talking rubbish now, aren't I? That needs to go in there. There we go. I can see it all lined up now nicely. I think now we've got this built in that stops the floor bending quite as much, so I don't need to maybe rest it on books, because it weirdly said rest it on the, it sends you some stuff, rest it on the stand so you don't flatten the tyres. It's like, well, that's a bit rubbish, because then the tyres are going to go flat when it's finished. It's like got another 5 kilograms to go yet, so that's a bit pants. I do apologise, all you're seeing is my elbow. So that one, and that one, and that one, and then that one, and that one, and that one. Okay, this is fairly simpletonium. I shall stand up for these three rather than just show you my elbow constantly. This screwdriver needs more knurled, grippy bits and less smooth bits. It's not very handy when you've got sweaty, slidey hands. And most of the screwdrivers smooth. There we go. That's that bit. Maximum tightitude. Yes. 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 Got to be careful. I don't want to damage the plastic part of the floor pan. There we go. Is it just those 6? 6 LP screws. So we have now attached the chassis to the floor pan, and we have dirty great big car thing with, it's bloody massive. Jeez, I tell you what, Chris, I am so glad I'm not doing the Ecto one, because A, for all the wiring, and B, for the really noisy motor that drives the lights, but also just for the fact I'm not having to do any of that, basically. Because, yeah, I don't know where that black wire is supposed to have gone. I get the feeling I should have connected that to something. I think. It doesn't say to connect the black wire to anything, it just says to mild concern. Mild concern. What's that black wire supposed to connect to? That's the tail lights. Is it supposed to be what? Am I supposed to have hooked it up somewhere before I did all that? I'm confused. Oh no, there's a wire one. There's a black one there. There we go. Panic over. Panic over. It just doesn't say to keep sticking together yet. So that's that bit so far, and hope you can see. It's a dirty big bugger. Look at the size of it compared to just my hand. It's weighing, I don't know, that must be about 4 or 5 keys by now. I don't really know how much a kilogram is, but let's have a look. Achievement unlocked, well fed, says Rabbit to Paul. My late mom's 2018 Mazda 3 has flappy paddles behind the steering wheel where you suggest what gear you want to be in, and the car says no and does whatever it wants anyway. Yeah, it sounds like Japanese flappy paddles to me. It's more like a... It's not so much you selecting the gear, it's more of a suggestion, I think. If I have a beer now, is that classed as levelling up, or do I need several of them? May have answered my own question there, I think, but hey, all levelling up. It's all XP. Right, so there we go. That's the rail frame on. So I think we have 2 left to do. What time are we on? 6:15. I think we can do this. I don't think we're going to get to Iron Man, but I think we can finish this today. 2 months worth of shenanigans in one day, in one live stream. I can live with that. So we've got this loose dangly wire here, which is making me nervous. Let's put these away. So these were, what were these? LP screws. Let's put these screws away. LP screws. Let's see if we have a slot for LP. No, we do not. Oh. What's that? PM. We had LP before. JP, FP, HP, IP, GP. I haven't had LP before. Then we'll have LP screws then, shan't we? You give me so many bits and bobs. It's all delightful, but at the same time, so I've got to spend 5 minutes putting things in bags now. Yeah, it's starting to look really car-like. Oh, it's at this point that I start to get more excited. I mean, you might not realise this. You might be surprised to know this, but I have in the past made models of cars, model car kits. In the days before I realised I sucked at doing shiny things. And JM, we've got JM. 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 Oh, I've got to do it again, haven't I? Right. I should really... IP, KP, FP. Let's put those over there so I can see them. JP. DM. DM? I've got DM. I've got a bag of DM screws. Because they're not DM screws, they're OM. Okay. LP. PM. GP. HP. Yeah, so when I was a young lad, JM, we don't have JM, do we? I just said that. No. It's like every set pack you get a different screw type you've never had before. It's like, oh, come on now. Yeah, so I used to make model car kits, and I got the same thing. They'd be interesting enough. They'd be like, yeah, it's all right. But then it was when I got to the putting the body shell, I was like, right, now it starts to look like a car. Now I've got excited. But in those days, I didn't understand painting. I just built them without really painting them. If it came with the silver plastic body shell, like a Tamiya, I had the Audi Quattro. It's got like a silver shiny plastic body shell. I just stuck that on, painted the trim. I was only like 12, 13. So, yeah, but nowadays, of course, I got all those extra screws that I didn't use. It's weird. What did I get? I got EP screws. I didn't even use those. Why do you give me EP screws for? Oh, should I be worried now that I've got a lot of EP screws I didn't use? I think I should be. I've got a slot for EP screws. That's a little concerning, actually. Why have I got EP? Do. You got EP and JM screw. I didn't use any of the EP screws. What have I forgotten? What have I missed? I probably missed like an entire page of things. Oh no. I guess we use the EP. I love the way it says at the end of each one, keep your model car in a safe place. Well, first of all, you don't need to keep it as a model. I'm pretty sure it's not a real vehicle. And second of all, I've been doing it for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months by this point. You can assume I'm storing it somewhere safe. Do you know? It's not hard. Bless them. I love it when it just says, you have now completed building this assembly. You can look at the thing you've just built. This is 61. Oh, right. This is serious business now. We get a component that we don't actually have to use, I think, in this step. Oh, no, we do. Right. But we don't use it straight away, so I'll get that out in a minute. Or shall I just get it? I'll get it out now, because I might need some of the bits. Right. we've got a component. Look at the size of this. This is the box that came in the box. Christ. Oh, I'm quite nervous about this because this is where this becomes a very big project now. Oh, and a very heavy project. Oh, Christ. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Oh, as my mother would say. Oh, Jesus, Mary. She wouldn't, because she's not actually Irish. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, crikey. Oh, bit of a trouser tent may be occurring right about now. Dude. I mean, it's the start of the shape. It's the start of big fatness as well, but it's the start of the shape. Now this is the interior. This isn't the exterior bit. As you can see, it's not shiny black. This is the interior, like, frame thing. And this weighs more than most model kits. I mean, this weighs... How does it compare to an iPad? Hang on. Much more. It's about twice or maybe 3 times as much as my iPad. Yeah. Wow. Whew. Look at the size of that. Ooh, lady, says Paul. If yeah, go for it, Paul. Have yourself a beer. Yeah, so that is all solid metal as well, by the way, folks. It's not plastic. That's chunk. That's just chungus metal. I'm gonna, and I don't even need it. I'm gonna put it to one side. So, I mean, just look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, you know you can't see it, but look, oh, that shape. That. Oh. This is when Americans could design cars to look sexy as hell. And this is just the interior bit. This isn't even the outside bit. That's just. Oh, I've got a bit moist. And that's the only bit we get in this pack. So everything else is stuff that we've made before. Right, so I need to get out the steering column. Okay, let's get the steering column out that we made months ago, years ago. Now, if you remember, when I got my steering column, it had an issue. It was miscast. I'm not sure which is which now. So I bought myself that issue again. It's issue 1, because the one I got looked completely different. At least I thought at the time. It didn't seem to fit properly, whereas this one did. It didn't fit properly on the actual steering column that's in the car. Like the little, it's got a notch taken out. It didn't fit at all. So we have to hope now that this actually fits. Steering wheel. So. Right, in the... here we go. I like the way they do this. I need a JM screw, and that's the one that's in a bag. Okay, so it says I need JM screw. It says, and I like this, it says you have to put a screw into the hole and then take it out again just to prepare the hole. Because when we screw this in, it's going to be in a fiddly little corner. So we'll also need the ring and the wire clamp from earlier issue. This is exciting, this now. The ring. I'm showing you my ring. Moving on. Right, so to ready the hole for the screw, and this is because, of course, as I said before, you'll have paint in there, and this is to basically make sure that the hole is ready and any paint or crap is cleaned down. I'm not putting oil on it. I don't want to do that straight away. I think just to put this all the way through and then all the way out again. Yes, that's gone all the way through, so I'll take it back out. So that is that screw. A quick in and out. Thank you very much, ladies. Now, this is where it gets tricky now. So I'll put that screw there. Bring back the big chungus. Chungus among us. Ooh. Don't put it on the screwdriver, dear boy. You'll need that. Right, so this is where it gets tricky, and you might not see what I'm doing here, so apologies. So I need the ring. It says, slide the steering column washer onto the end piece made up of the left and right covers. Okay, it's got a little notch cut out of it, which is there, I think, maybe? I'm making it up now. You going to see the back of my head? Apologies. Let's stand up so I can see what I'm doing. There's a notch cut out there, and there's a key, it's a lock and key system. That goes on there like that, just sits in place. Now insert the steering column 2C with the flat part end facing downwards. So that goes in there like that. And I've got on the steering column in there, I've got the bit sticking out like that. So on this, I need to have it that way. So that goes like that, with that like that, because the other bit will sit on top of there. That's why when you build the steering wheel, you have to build it exactly as they tell you to. Otherwise, you're affy screwed. Now this is the tricky bit. I'm going to use my tweezers to see if I can line up the hole, because the difficulty is I can't see any of it. Can you see it? I need a light source. I'll just quickly put it in airplane mode, because I know Chris will try to send me an abusive text message right when I'm doing this on screen. So you've basically got the two pieces like that together now, and you can't see where the hole is. So let's see if we can line up. I need to get a pin through them both or something first, just to make sure I've got them seated, the holes lined up, if you know what I mean. Because there's no point trying to screw something in if I can't see it. Get the wheels nice and straight. I can imagine this is an absolute nightmare. I need a pin. I need I know what I need. Pin vise with a drill bit in it, that might work. Or a small screwdriver perhaps might be just as good. Let's see if that works. No, because it's far too big. Pin vise with a small drill bit. There we go, let's try that. 1 second, folks. Fortunately, this is probably the easiest way they could come up with for this to actually go together. So, not ideal. But I can't see. If I stab myself in the finger, and I've got the holes lined up. Hey! But if I don't, then I probably haven't. To see where the hole is, they're not even remotely lined up, I don't think. Challenge accepted. This is quite tricky. Ah, there it is, I can see it. Aha! Right, I can see the other hole. I think. Maybe not. I need to get the screwdriver and the screw ready, don't I? Right. If I go quiet, it's because I'm doing the thinking and the hard bits. Thinking is the hard bits. I think that might just about be lined up a little bit. Probably not very much. Oh, there we go. A bit better. Don't fall off the screwdriver. Oh, gimbit. Right, I've got you lined up. Get in the hole. Oh. Quite tricksy. Ah! Coming off again. This is the kind of thing you don't want to do on a live stream, if you can avoid it. way in or not. I guess there's no other way to do this, but it seems like a nightmare. See if I can get my hand around the back of it. Screw with my left hand, that sounds wrong. Right, so hopefully now, yes, huge success. I somehow managed to get them lined up. I'll just get one last wiggle just to make sure the screw's in there tightly. There we go. Right, huge massive successness. So when I turn the wheel now, it vaguely turns a little bit. Yes. It's not exactly brilliant, but it works. Yes. Huge success, except when the wheels are straight. Oh yeah, the wheel's straight, there you go. It's good enough. It's good enough. Right, so there we go. Huge success on that one. Whoa, that was tricksy. Let me just turn that off. It's difficult because you've got to line up excuse me, you've got to line up the hole in the two parts so it goes through both of them, but you can't really see because they're black and they're in the hole in the down below place. It's very tricky, but it didn't turn out to be that hard, so there we go. Thank you for your perseverance while I sat and did that. Right, I think we're nearly done. What time are we on? 32. We'll see what the next issue is, because I think that's it for this issue. I think I just dropped a bit in there. Maybe not. Oh yes, there it is, I can see it. I've dropped a drill bit in my engine bay. There it is. I think we've only got one bit left. You watch that, it'll take like 45 minutes or like an hour and a half, this next one step or something. I think that's the only step for this part. And I have to say, I'm exceptionally moistly happy that we haven't had any major catastrophes, because I was oh no, there's one last bit left to do on here. I was happy that we haven't had any catastrophe, because that would have sucked. Right, so that bit's in. That bit's in there. It's all looking correct. Then it says, test the steering system. Find the ends of the following wires. The wires. Okay, and then clamp them all in place. It's the tricky bit now. This is where, like, I'm still not happy with that lighting section of the dashboard not being actually physically attached to anything or screwed in place, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. Seems a bit hokey to me. Hey, hokey! Right, so now I've got to be attaching all the wires carefully and delicately without popping the lighting unit out. That's that one. Green to green. Go the green one. Ah! Make it jump every time. Gimbet. I'll try and do this in as efficient a way as possible. It's not got more crossing over. Might be a good start. Again, you're just in the back of my head, so apologies. So move it around a bit. I'm limited to where I can put it that you can see. That needs to go in there like that. Like there, do you see? They are lovely little connectors, these. They would go together really nicely. That can go there. Really easily with no... And they come apart really... That's the main thing, is they come apart really easily as well. I mean, you know, not easily, but you don't have to risk any damage to try and get them all apart. That bit goes there. Don't pull on the lights. Please don't pull the lights out. There you go. That's all them hooked up. I'm going to get a sneaky hook off Mama Fox. 1 second. I'm back. I'm just checking on Mama Fox. Right, so that's all them in. It says do all the wires get the wire clamp, which is this puppy here, you see. Clamping the, oh, hello, wires. Place the wires identified in the previous step between the 2 screw posts on the lower thing, and do the thing with the EP screws. Right, so where's the... Turn this around so I can see it now. Oh, there they are. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. EP screws? Did we get EP screws? Probably got EP screws, but I don't want to get any. Oh, I'm sure I've got some. EP? No, that's CP. There we go. EP screws are the little ones. 2 of those. Okay. Luckily, I've got some. Never mind. So now we've got 2 little posts. I've got to feed all the wires through these little posts somehow. It's always the tricky bit now. They always make it look so easy and neat and tidy, but it never is. It's never that easy. It's all lies. It's all lies. They always make it look so nice and neat and tidy, and it's all just complete fiction. Science or fiction? Mostly fiction. Right, so let's get an EP screw in. This might be tricky now. I'll be back in my head time again, I'm afraid. Let's get that in there. Getting these things to sit. I could probably just put some tape down, couldn't I? Maybe a little easier. You can just jam all the wires down the back there, which seems to be acceptable. Maybe. I'm not sure I've got that black one in the right place, but... fiddly times, fiddly times, fiddly times. They always make it look so nice and neat on the wiring diagrams. It's not. It's absolutely nonsense. It's an absolute octopus nest down there. I don't know what that means, an octopus nest. I've no idea what that means. Octopus nest, bomb. I don't know what that means at all. And I may have goofed with that black wire actually. Well, I may have it sticking out on the wrong side of the gap. Mind the gap. Can I push it through? Doubtful. I've goofed a bit with them. That's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. People survive. Right, so let us somehow cobble all that nonsense through there. Just taking the mickey now. There's no way to get that in through that neatly. Come on. And hold it all in place and have a screwdriver in my hand and. Taking the mickey now, aren't you, lads? Come on. I think I need to tape that down first. Get us the tape. I haven't got any black tape, unfortunately. I can tape them down first and then sort the mess out later. Right, you go there, you go there. It's not exactly like they've intended, but I think it'll work. I think we might just get away with it. Might just get away with it. Might just. La 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 la. Nearly there, nearly there. You go in there. Oops. Hey, get in the hole. Hey. I'm assuming this is even the right cable tie. I mean, they didn't specify which issue the cable tie came from, which is always good. Find the hole, find the hole. There you go. You've got one job, you're a screw. Can go in there. I'm not going to do this too tight. It doesn't need to be super tight or anything. You just need tight enough to hold the cables in place, and then we're done. Take that tape out. There we go. They're not restricted in any dangerous way. tell. They're a bit messy, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Make sure my lights are still pushed in. Turn everything on. Yes, they still work. The brake pedal still work. Yeah, brake pedal still works. Oh God, Jesus wept. I pressed it and nothing happened, so I thought it wasn't working, and then it suddenly worked. I'm like, I hate that. I'm going to disconnect that forever, I think. Every time it makes me jump. Right, so I'm going to tape them down. I must get some black tape, actually. If I ever need to in the future, I can, because I can get in there and tape it down, but it seems alright. That made me jump. So that's in. That's my wires sorted. Everything's working. So now we have to put this back over here, because we're nearly done with this one at least. This wire's getting a bit concerning, this one here. Headlights. Did they work? Just make sure. I forgot to check them. Oh yes. I like the idea of having the buttons on the dashboard. It means you can turn the whole thing on without farting around. Right. Okay, this is interesting. Now what we need to do is take the middle section of the car body, it's called here, and on this we actually need to remove something. These two pieces here serve only one purpose, and that is to keep this rigid and stop it bending. They don't actually serve any purpose in the final build. Their only function was to protect this large part during transport. These are not needed for the car. Excellent. So I've got basically 4 random screws and 2 pieces of random metal that I can use somewhere else. Cool. I'll have a quick look at chat before we do that. Oh dear, the Mini Art US tractor isn't just individual track links. They're 6 pieces each link. What have I done? Oh, Retro Rabbit. We could have told you that. Mini Art, they like their crazy track nonsense. A nice flat black, says Frankie Goes to Hobbywood. Bong bong, says Rabbit. Woo, my Easy Line just arrived, says Retro. Oh, trust me, once you've started using Easy Line, you're going to use it for everything. You'll find places to use it that you never would have thought of. And I would say, by the way, if you can get the actual proper Easy Line, this EZ line, on the roll, you get like about 10 or 20 metres or something. You get like a lifetime supply. If you get the MO by mixed up, it's only a couple of metres. It won't last you that long. But the actual original, genuine Easy Line is awesome stuff. You'll start finding places to put it. Right, so we can take those off. We don't need the screws for anything, so we can just put them in our random screw pile. The problem is, the difficulty is I knocked all the screws out of this right at the start. So I've got a random pile of screws that I don't know what they are, so they'll just go in the box with all the random piles of screws. These 2 metal pieces. No idea what I can do with them. I can find something to do with them. They're heavy just by themselves. Ooh. If you finish the thing, you get a ding. Ooh, or a clunk. Or death. I don't know, one of the 3. Now it says, you have now attached the steering wheel to your model. Put what you have built so far in a safe place, together with the middle section of the car body, which you will need for the next assembly session. Can't I put it in a really dumb, stupid, dangerous place where it's going to get trashed? That seems like it could be more fun. Right. I hope we attach it on this, because I've got nowhere to put this and the other bit. So we'll go straight and we'll forget all the magazine nonsense. Oh God, I forgot. We get more. Oh. Please tell me we attach it to the... No, we don't. Oh. Oh, we don't get to attach it to the car body yet. I've got to find somewhere to store the body and the actual chassis. Oh no. Oh dear. Right, issue 62. It's more heavy metal work. More bigness. You thought that other bit was bigness. This is more bigness. If I am elected president, I promise more bigness than ever before. We get another... Why are you including another screwdriver? They've already sent me like... I'm sure I've already had like 2 screwdrivers in this kit. Why would you send people a screwdriver in like issue 50, whatever, 60 or something? Why are they... Unless it's a different size from the other one. Oh, it is. Ah, it's a bigger one. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. They don't actually tell you that anywhere, though. Just like you say, it's a bigger screwdriver for bigger screws. It's good they tell you that. I mean, it's good they do that. That's the part. I've got like 3 of there. They're all different sizes. That one and that one are the same, so that's probably from Iron Man. Okay, that's fine. So you get another screwdriver, but a bigger one. But I'm fine. I've got my screwdriver anyway. We've got some QM and some AM screws. Lovely. We've got the butt, or the start of the butt. Look at that. You can just start to see the back end of this. Look at the size of it. Oh, God almighty. Oh. Right, so. Yes. Get the middle section of the car body, deliver the. Join it to that, and then you want a whole mess of QM screws. Okay. Are you prepared for bigitude? Because we're about to get bigitude. You thought that was big. That doesn't even include the trunk. Right, so that needs to go on there, like that, somehow. Again, this is only in a frame area, so you're not too fussed if it gets scratched, but... How does this even... Oh, I see. Do it from the top, dear boy. Might be the better way to do it. There we go. Oh. 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 I'm getting moist in all the right places. And for all the right reasons. Oh. That sits like that. So I want 3 QM screws to go there, there, and there. Oh, this is just horny as F. Sorry, but it is. I mean, I can't wait till we start putting the actual outer shell on, but oh, that's going to be even more horny as F. But this is maximally horny as F. Right, do I need to get a bigger screw head for this? No. Right, so we've got 3 QMs to put in. We need a little bit of the oils because it's metal to metal. So let's remove this over here. Dude, guys, I can't tell you guys and girls just how awesome this is now. To be moved away from little components and bits of chassis and steering rack, which are fine but boring, to actually being full on, it's a goddamn car components. I can't, I'm holding a Dodge Charger in my hand. It's just, oh, and this isn't even the outside bit. Oh, it really is stiffy time, trust me. Which will only get better with the final thing. Put my hand there just to push it up. Like, when I was a kid, right, I never would have imagined a toy car this big. If you give me a toy car this big when I was a kid, I would have just been like, mind blown. Now, of course, this isn't a toy car, and you wouldn't give this to your young child to play with, because it's £1,000 worth of stuff you've just built. I'll stand up for this bit. You wouldn't give your child a £1,000 toy car. That would be stupid. But it's not really £1,000. But the point is made. You know what I mean. Oops. Don't need me magnifying lenses for this bit. Do need to make sure these are tight AF though. Like a glove. Oh, there we go. That's that bit. Oh, exceptionally moist. I had to wait a minute before I could stand up there. Oh, dude, look at the shape. Oh, this is why I love muscle cars, because the shape. Modern cars are so goddamn boring. Turn the piece up to QM screws. Secure the 2 sections by inserting 2 AM screws into the corresponding holes on the left side and then the right side as well. So 4 AM screws. Oh. Wait, QM screws? Do we have QM slot? We don't have a slot for QM screws, do we? I don't think. Let me check. No. QM screw bag. Return to me. QM. What's that secret you're keeping? He said, trying to defuse the tune so it would not get a copyright strike. Right. I think we're nearly done now. This might finish today's build. We'll just about finish. 3 hours, that's not bad. Half an hour of waffle. 2.5 hours of building. Didn't get to do Iron Man. Next time. I'll slot in an Iron Man session. That'll take about 20 minutes probably. Yeah. It's probably lots of little tiny busy work sections. QM. That's that one. So we need what? We need the 4 AM screws. I think we've got a slot for AMs, haven't we? Yeah, that's cool. Let's put that in there. I'm really enjoying doing these as live streams, you know. I've only done a couple, but I'm really enjoying doing them because it just means I've got you guys to talk to while I'm doing it. And it's not quite as... It's not tedious. It's not that I don't enjoy building these things, but trying to film building them would take me like 4 times as long and would be not in any way as much fun because I'd have to set every shot up and film it and do all the editing. This way, I just get to hang out with you guys and just talk nonsense for 2 or 3 hours. And I get to give my patrons something for free or something exclusive, and my patrons and members something as a reward for supporting me, which there should be a lot more of really anyway. Get to hang out and chat, and after that I then get to just put it as a normal video and monetize it anyway. So of course when I put this as a normal video I'll have to make sure I change the thumbnail so it just says Dodge Charger and not Iron Man's. No Ron Man in this one. Oh, this is such a trouser tent thing, this shape. Oh, my big fear with things like these big components is if you're doing it live, you get to this point and something's warped and doesn't fit, and you're like, no, no. But it does. Oh, I think I'll put that screw in there. Screw. Screws on that side, screws on that side. It says in the illustration, I'll move the thing out of the way. It says in the illustration, you can see the 2 parts of the car body joined together in red. The illustration shows you how it will look when it's attached to the chassis. The Dodge Charger RT is a coupe with a fastback, or coupe as the Americans say, fastback body style. There are only 2 doors and the rear window is so steeply slanted that it's almost parallel to the rear of the car. You have now joined together the middle and rear bodywork sections of your model car. You may now go and shower. And that concludes issue 62, which means it concludes the building for this time. Oh, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. You know I've got to do it. I can't not do it now. There's probably a reason why I don't want to do it, but I'm just going to see if it slides on. It probably doesn't. There's probably something I need to know. Oh, I've just spermed a little bit. Oh, oh, oh God, guys. Oh, just, oh, it's just starting to look like a Dodge Charger. Oh, dude, it's starting to look like a Dodge Charger. Seriously, like a Dodge Charger now. I'll put it that way. Oh, licking the microphone, knocking the microphone even. I'll put it that way again. I've always enjoyed building this. I've always been excited, but like when I was building the engine and the undercarriage and the chassis, I was like, I'm just building a component. I'm building a bit of the engine. I'm building the steering column. Now it's like, oh, moist. It's the shape. It's all the things that make a Dodge Charger awesome are now there, or starting to appear to make it look awesome. And I want its babies. I know you can't really see it, everyone. Let me move the camera back a bit. See if we can get it in shot properly. There we go. Look at that! Oh, look at the size of it! Oh! Need a swig of tea, just calm down. Put some bromide in this tea. Oh. Methinks Fox might need to take a cold shower, says Panzer Cat. Quite possibly. Oh, thud, the audience is now deaf. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the comments. Where are we? Talking about the tracks being a million parts. Welcome to my world, says Panzer. Left full lock wasn't good, Fox. Suggest you check that. We'll get around to it. It's a relaxed, undripping 25 degrees here, says Paul. It's probably about 30 degrees in here right now because I've got all the lights on. 35 degrees here, it says Edward. Yesterday it was 40. It's supposed to be 27 here tomorrow, around about. This is the genuine Easy Line Fine Black 30.5 metres. That will last you for years, mate. That will last you for like the rest of your life, trust me. I don't have specific plans for it yet, it says Rabbit. I just likely some rigging on my Space Battleship Yamato and Warhammer things and such. Oh yeah, do it. First mistake, says Edward to Rabbit, buying a mini art kit. Frankie says, oh, it turns into an adult channel now. Oh yes. So I hadn't actually forgotten then, Rabbit. That's reassuring. Memory still working within acceptable parameters. Yay, says Paul. I've forgotten what he's talking about though, so my memory doesn't work. I want to continue work on the Mini Art G7107, says Rabbit, like Festa's truck, but I started filming it, then took down the cameras to take photos last weekend, and I can't be asked to set it all back up again. Welcome to the challenge of filming. It's a massive pain in the arse. Just, it is. There's no way around it. What? Paul J. Lewis says, what? Is that because I said spermed? Maybe spermed just a little bit. Yeah, so... Oh. Guys, that's going to sit on the shelf now. It weighs... I can't tell you how much this weighs, but it's... I don't know. It's probably at least the same as 3 or 4 fully stocked Hobby Zone shelf units, I guess. Now, I do have some concerns that I'm not going to deny. One, my back and my hips for a start, lifting it all the time. One concern I do have is that here, in this part of the engine bay, either this bit, this side wall, or this part of the arch was slightly warped and it didn't quite go together quite well, and the clip that holds the radiator on the front there broke. So that's pretty loose. I'm hoping when the panel goes over here, it just kind of pushes it all together and hides all that. I'm hoping I can sort of jemmy it and force it into place. Yeah, but I've never really thought how big this car was going to be. Even when it was a full-length chassis with all the bits on it, I'd never really considered how big this puppy's going to be. But suddenly seeing all that basic part of the rear and middle shell on it makes me realise. And it's got probably loads more of the engine, of the front bit to go here yet. So it's just about going to fit on my bench. So hopefully when it comes to the next few streams when we do more assembly, it's going to be little bits that I can focus the camera on, because otherwise we're going to be knackered. I'm going to be like, I can't fit anything in screen. Oh. Better not be on an IKEA shelf, or it'll certainly bow. It's on a shelf, wood shelf. It probably collapse. It probably will collapse. Although the shelf did carry kilograms and kilograms of books in the past, so it's probably less than the weight of this. But it will spread out across the shelf. It's about as long as the shelf. So yeah, that is looking awesome. At least I can put that on there now. And moist. Moist. Right, well, I think that's going to do us. I'm going to need to go and take a cold shower. Obviously, I'm not going to get any of the Iron Man done, so I'll change the title of this when it goes into a video. But guys, girls, thank you massively for joining me today. Part of your reward for being a patron or a channel member. I will continue to do these member-only, patron-only live streams as I'm doing these Partworks. I'll do another one for the Iron Man in the next few days. I will do that exclusively now. So if you're not a patron or a member, basically you won't get to watch these live ever. You have to watch them as 3-hour videos, and that's the way it's going to be from now on. So for you guys, it's your reward. You get to watch these lives. You get to watch me break things and screw things up live on the telly box. Live on the telly box. Yeah, that's going to be fun when something goes wrong, especially on the Iron Man. But yeah, let's just see if I can get him on. Hang on, get the dust off him. Will he fit? No, he won't fit in the driver's seat. Oh well, he almost fits, but not quite. Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to break the seat belts. Put him away. So big, massive thank you to all you patrons and channel members. If you are watching this not live, then if you want to be able to watch these live and have a fun and join in with the live chat and interact and everything else, then you need to be a patron or a channel member. You can simply go to patreon.com/modelmakinguru. The address is there right on the screen, you can't miss it, to become a patron, or you can press the join button under any of my videos to become a channel member. You get access to stuff like this. You get access to the live 24/7 offline but live Zoom hangout and associated Facebook chat. And you also get my undying gratitude, because you're keeping me working from home, which means I can look after Mama Fox all day, every day, whilst not having to go to a job and leave her on her own. So a big thank you to all of you. Just double check my wheels are lined up. Yeah, my wheels aren't quite aligned properly, but It doesn't matter. So yes, thank you very, very much to all of you. I shall end the stream now, but thank you to all of you. Take care of yourselves. I'll let you know when the next one comes up with the Iron Mans. It probably won't be as long because there'll be little bits to assemble. Oh, I just want to lick it. Just stop it there. Oh, it's so lickable, but I'm not going to. No. Oh, anyway, take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And don't forget, by the way, if you want to order this for yourself as a partwork, the link is in the description below. And a big, massive thank you to the guys at fanhome.com or fanhome.co.uk for sending me this and making it possible for me to build this. A big thank you to them as well. Take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And until next time, I shall say, adios, amoebas.